Hello, everybody.
Hello,
It's,
Is anybody here?
I don't know.
Hello?
Hello, people in the future. You
Hello?
are in the future. Everybody's in the future.
Oh, we are living in the future.
In the future. I'm trying to
Oh.
find a cable that's long enough to plug things in.
Oh no.
This one-
What do you need to plug in, sir?
Oh, nothing. I can deal with it later. How are you doing?
I'm scared. I'm doing all right. It's Friday. It's almost Holy Week.
Almost Holy Week.
Yeah, because next week we got the Palm Sunday and the Monday, Thursday, and the Good Friday, and the Easter, and the busy.
And the busy. The very busy.
It's just a lot of busy. It's good busy. It's just busy. How are you, sir?
I am well. I stopped and got a latte on the way home, so my brain is on fire. Fridays are a thing at the old jobby job.
The jobby job.
So I was
just
excited.
What everyone needs in their life is a jobby job.
Yes, I was excited to not be at the jobby job anymore. I am here. We talked last week, and there was a possibility that I was not going to be here, but that has been moved to next week. So I will definitely not be streaming next week. Yes, I'm actually taking.
Yeah, I will very much not be here next week.
Yeah, we just are going to call the whole thing off and not be here at all.
At this time next week, I will quite possibly be celebrating Dead Jesus.
The Dead Jesus. Okay.
Actually, probably this time next week, I'll be eating dinner before celebrating Dead Jesus.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, dinner's important. You gotta be well fed
to celebrate the Dead Jesus.
To celebrate Dead Jesus.
Because it is like, you can get hungry, and you don't want to get hungry around a dead Jesus, because you might accidentally eat the dead Jesus.
Right. I mean, we eat live Jesus.
That's true.
Eating dead Jesus, that would be weird.
Is that like I was gonna say a double negative, but that's not what I was thinking of. I feel like there's a cryptid or something that has, or like a horror monster that, like, if you eat it, am I thinking of zombies? If they eat you?
I mean, if zombies eat you, then don't you become a zombie? Isn't that how
I guess. Although I guess it depends on what world you're in, because in The Walking Dead, you just die and become a zombie. Everybody becomes a zombie. I don't know.
I mean, I still like the Romero zombies myself.
I like those and the 28 Days Later zombies. Those zombies in that series are really good. I like those. I got a new toy.
You did. How is it?
I am very happy with it so far. I have one gripe, but that's it. That's the fact that I can't turn the delay on without it having a panic attack.
That sounds like a weird drivery issue, but
yeah, and they have a board on their like forum sort of that is, you could just request, like, please add this feature to the software, and it goes in, and if enough people vote for it, then the devs will grab it and make it. So that's kind of cool. Like, one thing, it never goes to sleep. So for people who may be catching up on this later, I bought a Presonus Revelator IO24.
Yes.
Which is a thing. It's amazing so far. I think it's like perfect for me. There's a few drawbacks as far as just input output. Like, if you were building a recording studio, this is probably not the device you would want to go for.
And this, I don't think they're at all marketing this to people you're building a recording studio with.
Right. But if you have a studio in your bedroom, 100%. And if you're streaming, 100%.
Yeah, either check out this one or the 44 option.
Yeah, if you're just one dude and you're just streaming, then the 44 is probably the way to go. I have a lot of work to do. Like, the gate is making me crazy right now.
Oh, yeah.
So I got some work to do. Actually, I can pull that up and work on it while we're talking.
Yeah, you can just tweak it while we're going.
And here's the cool thing. This is the thing I was going to show off. I can control it all from my iPad, which is
nice.
I can't open up like the super fine refinements. Like if you want to tweak like I was just talking about tweaking the gate, I can't really do that here.
That has to be on the desktop version.
Yeah, but I have access to all of the faders and the mixes and the different channels of audio, and so that's cool.
Right.
Reaper. What a shaking. This is the future, people. How is it going? Here is one thing I wanted to try.
I'm scared.
Let me do it on the desktop version because I haven't had a whole lot of time with this, so it is quite possible that we will lose audio from me for a moment.
All right, so
for a hot minute.
This time it'll be you and not me.
Yes, and I'm doing it on purpose because why not? This is what was that guy's name from the 90s? The with the super deep voice that did all the you would buy the cassettes and he would talk to you about your personal wellness. What the hell is his name? Tony.
Yeah.
Oh God, what's his name?
Motivational. Tony Robbins?
Tony Robbins. Okay, hold on. I need to get a list of Tony Robbins quotes. Because
apparently Tony Robbins had sexual harassment allegations of sexually harassing fans and staff members.
Yeah.
9 women accused him of sexual misconduct.
Yeah, he's not a good person. But check this out.
Because there's a detune that I can use on my voice. And from what I understand, this sounds a lot like Tony Robbins. So you need to identify your problems, but give your power and energy to solutions.
So I can do.
I mean, I could go deeper, bro. Like, we could go all the way down.
Just sounds horrifying.
It's so
Good. It's so good. Oh, I didn't even think about going up.
Yeah, you go up.
go up.
So we can go. Oh, no. It just goes to 0. But like a weird 0.
Yeah, that's a trip.
It's like a weird 0.
Yeah,
that's
that does
strange.
not because like with mine, if I find the mid, I mean this is just ding past it. So if I go to like here, then it's not that weird.
Like we could do a whole thing like just detuned like one setting.
Well, and that's where going just a little bit up.
What's up, Genova and Barlazy? No audio.
What do you mean no audio?
What?
Everyone else has audio.
Does everyone have audio, or are you guys not listening to anything? How funny would that be if it looked like everything was great, but nobody was getting audio?
Genova said that.
Oh, we sounded like giants.
Filter to sound like giants.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to stop.
That's
a bit much.
No audio. That's. Does anyone hear us?
Yeah. Tommy, can you hear me?
I
mean, I thought.
Tommy, can you hear me?
It seemed like it was working.
I have audio. Sater's voice sounds like giant. Pastor sounds like a chipmunk. Barlazy has nothing.
But everybody else has audio, so it's definitely your own fault.
Yes, but he can't hear you, so he'll never know that.
I know. Our did you mute the YouTube? Are lazy.
It works on my machine. Excuse me.
I don't. Yep, it works on my machine.
Yeah.
I'll try refreshing in case it's me.
Excuse me. Works on my machine too.
When in doubt,
reboot.
I moved your face over, so when I do that, it smacks my mic stand.
Nice.
But I moved your face over so that like when I'm looking at you, it looks like I'm looking at you on the camera.
So wait, where would you need to be? I can just look here at you over on my other monitor, and it actually looks like I'm looking at you.
Well, see, there we go. That works.
There we go. I like it. So now I just need to do this and watch you over there.
It looks like we're talking to each other.
We could high five, like if we did this just right.
Okay.
You have a huge hand, sir.
All right. Wait, I need to go down here.
Yeah. Right. Up a little. Okay. Up a little bit. You're way too low. Yep.
Oh, okay. Where's my hand?
I don't know where your hand is, sir.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Long distance high five. Here we go. Okay. That was amazing, I think.
That was way too much work. Okay, but at least I kind of know now, like, if I go right here, that's the high five in place. And if I go over here, then my hand is massive.
Right. I could make a big hand.
Yeah, there it is.
That's great.
All right. We high five.
Oh, one thing about this audio thing. It only allows you to move certain stuff around in the signal chain. Oh. Someone got banned already. Yes.
No, yep. Yes. Apparently we banned Barlazy.
Yes. We decided he didn't need to hear anything. The only thing you can switch really is where the compressor and the EQ fall. So you can go high pass filter gate compressor EQ limiter effect, or high pass filter gate EQ compressor limiter voice effects.
Oh.
So
I mean that's really what you'd that's kind of what the only things you really want to swap around, but
maybe I would like to have the effects up in front of the limiter at least. I don't know.
Because like that's the thing that's nice about Pod Farm is like you can just like you can put stuff anywhere.
Right. And hi Acid Dragon.
Assad Ragon.
Ragon. We've been playing Guild Wars 2 a little bit. That's been a thing.
Yeah. I hopped in, I got up to like level 11 or so, and I just like I'm not having fun. Like I'm not having a bad time.
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm not having a good time.
I've been doing the solo grind and it's all right. It's not...
Yeah, it's just that's kind of where I'm at though. Like just like it's all right.
Yeah.
And I was playing Outer Worlds because it was on sale. So I'm like I've been wanting this game. Like it was on sale.
Yeah, I was excited about that one too.
And I just like it's not like there's nothing to be invested in. Mm-hmm. Like I don't care about
It's
anything.
like there's a bunch of lore around in the world, but I don't care about any of it.
Like somebody unfroze me and I'm supposed to I don't know what.
I'm supposed to but I got to the point, that was the thing, I got to the point where I was skipping through stuff, and then you get hit with these quest lines where you have to choose at the end who you want to side with, and I had no idea what the right thing to do was.
Yeah,
because I'm an idiot.
And like I have a ship now.
Yeah, the ship's cool because it talks to you.
It does. I like the AI. I like when you meet the AI. It's like, so you know, I'm programmed to kill anyone but Captain Hawkins. So you're Captain Hawkins, right?
Yeah. Please be Captain Hawkins so that I don't have to kill you. Yeah, I enjoyed it, but I didn't finish it.
Yeah, I've only got like 6 hours in, but it's still just kind of like I don't care.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
and Guild Wars is kind of the same way. Like it's not fun, but I know that like there's a couple of the things that I was excited for that you have to pay for.
Oh.
Like
what?
Like it implied that it was free, but then it's like, no, this is in an expansion. Like, oh.
What kind of stuff?
Like class specialization.
I'm sorry, what? Easy for you to say.
Don't mind me. Like class specializations are apparently like something you pay for.
Yay,
Barlazy's back.
Mounts, gliders. Oh, I was wondering where the mounts were because I see other people my level who have mounts, and I'm like, where do you get that?
Yeah.
From? Okay.
Having a lot of fun with Lost Ark. What is Lost Ark?
I've heard about that one. Lost Ark. Is that that one's free to play online MMO?
Oh yeah, I have seen stuff on this.
I also feel like I'm like level 20, and I feel like I should be doing like more damage. I feel like I missed something somewhere. Like I don't know what spec. Like I don't know what stats are good for me.
Yeah.
I have not a clue.
You need to be level 80 and free accounts only go to 60.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, this Lost Ark looks like it might be a thing. Is it fun? I don't know.
Is it like,
are their mounts free?
embark on an odyssey for the Lost Ark in a vast, vibrant world.
The graphics look cool. That's the other thing. The graphics for Guild Wars 2, it's like WoW. It's like just like WoW,
yeah.
which is really dated at this point.
Only like, yeah, it feels rougher than WoW. Just again,
Yeah.
probably because it just feels that dated.
Yeah.
Lost Ark. So how does Lost Ark work? Is there a visit the website?
Yes. How do we classes? Let's look at classes. We've got a warrior, we've got a martial artist, a gunner, a mage, and an assassin.
Well, we know which one you would be.
Yes, assassin. Ooh, you get subclasses. Mounts are free, but there are mounts and pets you can pay for if you want. Gotcha.
Okay. So classes. Berserker. My love for you is
Shadow
like a
Hunter.
truck.
Shadow Hunter and Deathblade.
Ooh.
I don't know. They both sound cool. I'm not watching videos. Like, just tell me what they are.
It plays like Diablo.
Oh, well, never mind.
Yeah, because you don't like the Diablo genre.
I don't like the never-ending regurgitating stuff.
Wow. It's very what's the? It's got that like I'm trying to be anime vibe.
Yeah, like it feels like it's almost a Japanese port.
Yeah, but like not quite.
Right. Champions Online. Let's see what this is about. Oh, you know what's weird? This company that makes Champions Online is called Art Games. This is the same people that do Guild Wars, right?
Oh,
or not Guild. Is it not Guild Wars? What is it? No, Star Trek. It's the same people that do Star Trek.
Oh, okay.
They have had a listing for a programmer here.
Oh, it's South Korean. Okay, that explains everything.
That does explain it. It has a lot more stuff. My problem with Diablo is the generated the generated levels. Like I just never feel like I'm progressing toward an end game. You know what I mean? Andy Huggins. What is
Deathblade
shaking,
is an
sir?
assassin class that uses a total of 3 swords. How do you use 2 hands and 3 swords? Okay,
If you
fair.
have to ask, you probably don't want to know.
Found you all on the YouTube. Yes, we are here on the YouTubes.
We are doing the tubes of you now because Twitch is a thing. It's a thing.
I tried to get into PoE, but I had spent way too much time in Grim Dawn, and Grim Dawn is a lot better. And then I found Last Epic, which is fun, but like very not done yet.
What is PoE?
Path of Exile?
Oh yeah, I think I played that a little bit.
It's like incredibly like build focused.
Gotcha.
Like if you're not following a build, you're gonna be garbage.
Oh, I'm probably not. That's probably not really made for me. I tend to not follow rules.
These games are all like designed for people who just want to grind.
Like min-maxers.
Yeah. And it's all about like you rush through the story so that you can get to the grindy bits.
Which I enjoy in gaming kind of stuff. Like I don't know.
Well, right, but it's not like end gamey stuff where it feels like you've accomplished something. It's like it's
grinding to grind.
Yeah. Like grinding to get that like one piece of armor that you already actually have, but you want a slightly better item roll.
This one has another 2 points in agility. Sir.
This one has 10%, and my one I have now has 8%.
Right.
Yoi's talent tree is what would happen if an octopus had a mutant baby with 82 arms.
Yeah, that talent tree is a disaster.
Grim Dawn kind of got that way with the constellations, because they've got like the skill trees that are pretty straightforward. Like Grim Dawn's by the same folk that made Titan Quest, which was a Diablo clone from back in the day. And it's got that like they do this thing where you have like 2 classes and you can basically multi-class them together, and that's the point.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the isometric.
Yeah, that's fair.
For like an MMO kind of thing, doesn't feel right. In Champions, the gear is meh, but I love making random costumes, avatars.
That's fair.
I always wanted to try it. I've never played it though.
I've been trying to get Mrs. Pastor into video gaming a little bit more. So we found this kind of adventure game where you're a detective that detectives the paranormal.
Oh wait, are you dead?
Not in this one, I don't think.
Because I played a really cool game where you were dead.
Yeah,
you're
what's
like
the one where you're dead, and you're like trying to find the people who killed you.
Yeah, and there's like ghosts that are in the
What
walls.
is that one
and
called?
I don't remember. Dead detective game.
Not Dead Like Me.
Murdered sole suspect. That was it.
Murder.
Yeah, that was a fun game.
Sole Suspect. Yeah, I remember you enjoying that one.
Yeah, it was fun because it was kind of a noir-y sort of thing, which I dig. I think that was the reason that I got really into what was the the guns with the the fuck is his name? Max Payne.
Oh yeah. Oh, Max Payne.
I think that's why I got so into Max Payne, was because of the noir-y sort of.
Well, the first one had all the cool like Ragnarok imagery and.
Is that the one where is it the first one or the second one? I think both of them had levels where you were high and it was you were like following.
Pretty sure it was both of them.
Running on the blood trails and stuff. I loved that.
Oh, that was the blood trails. I'm pretty sure was the first one.
Yeah. That was a fun game.
There's this other thing I'm not sure if I'm playing it or if I'm doing someone's homework. It's this thing called Turing Complete. It's one of those where you like are building a computer,
Right?
but like it feels like it's starting to feel just like I'm doing someone's job for them.
You probably are. Like that would be
Probably.
so okay. So there's this plugin for the IDE that I use. And I guess they have it as a plugin for a bunch of IDEs. But it introduces AI to help complete your code. It's
That
from
sounds
Microsoft.
Interesting.
And it's called GitHub Copilot. And it's
Okay.
really cool, right? Like it's actually really, really smart. But I guess when they first released it, what they do, yeah, Copilot. So what they do is they utilize other people's code to help run the AI, right?
Huh.
No, it's not. I love it. It's not amazing, but it completes a lot of my shit for me.
Drive safe, Reaper.
Bye, Reef.
Or don't.
Or don't.
Live your life.
Wrap yourself around a telephone pole. For funsies. But I guess what happened when they first released it is it was doing like huge chunks of people's like proprietary code. So you would type like a variable name in code complete and it would like dump a bunch of someone's proprietary code.
Oh man.
So they were getting in trouble. Yeah, but that's because
Well,
you
yeah,
know
for
some things for for beginners it would be trash.
That's you don't use this kind of things if you don't know what you're doing.
I was still here for that.
Oh.
It's really nice for like stupid repetitive stuff though, like when you have to align a whole bunch of variables or stuff. Like I don't know, I find it helpful.
I feel like I would have liked it when when it's the kind of thing where it's like
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I've been using because I'm a masochist. I just finished doing this training on it was like 12 hours worth of online training on this piece of software that's basically like a measurement tool, like for sound systems.
Yes.
It is a thing where you set up a microphone and it tells you it basically tells you what the thing is doing from in to out. Like you put a or you have an input from one thing and input from a microphone, and it says, what is the system doing to this signal?
Yeah.
Um,
It helps you visually see an audio signal or a room.
your Dan Worrell does the same thing with VSTs. He's got that thing where you plug the VST in and it tells you what the VST is doing.
Yes.
Like it does those sorts of things. But the things that the folk in the training kept saying is like, this does not do anything for you. This is a tool. You are the one that does all the things.
Yeah.
Like we're teaching you how to use the tool. We're not teaching you how to do the thing.
Yeah. This is a visualization tool. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
It shows you stuff. That's it.
Yep. And like, if you don't know what you're doing with the information, then you will get everything in trouble. And I imagine Copilot is something similar where like, if you don't know what you're doing, you will get yourself in trouble.
Like I would say right now, its autocompletes are useful maybe 40% of the time.
Okay.
30-40%. And most of the time
that's kind of how every autocomplete is.
And because it's AI, the difference, like the internal VS Code autocomplete's pretty good already. But it like completes logical stuff, which is kind of cool. Like if then statements it'll figure out, and
oh, okay.
It tries to like figure out what the code's doing. And it seems okay. It's just interesting that they were releasing so much proprietary code. Just you could autocomplete someone else's file. It's crazy.
That's funny.
A lot of people got in trouble for that, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Like, it seems to actually do a good number of languages.
Yeah. That's the interesting thing, too. Because it's a VS Code thing, it has to be available for tons of different languages. Because VS Code will do, like whatever you throw at it.
Yeah. Huh.
And VS Code is now available on the web, which is crazy. Like you can program on the internet now. We are
Weird.
2 steps away from being replaced by robots.
Why are you talking about Vim?
Vim, you know, oh God, this is the thing. There's a moment. If you do JavaScript stuff, I highly recommend Prettier for auto format. I use Prettier for PHP too, because my code is, yeah. Vim was being a mess.
Oh, I mean,
so
yeah.
I feel like, okay, when I first started getting into Linux, there were people on the internet who were like, "Fuck Nano, you gotta use Vim," and I was like, "You're an asshole." Dude,
I mean,
I don't remember the last time I used Nano.
There are definitely times that Vim is the best option.
I always use Vim anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
I've forgotten all of the shortcuts. So like once I relearn all the shortcuts, then it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Right. But like, I just haven't had the reason to, so I have to use Nano because
you have to be able to figure out. I just always, as soon as, like, once I memorized how to like save a file and close it.
Oh yeah.
It was fine. It was just, that was the hardest part.
I used to use Vim all the time. Well, because you just SSL into something or SSH into something, and then everything has VI.
Yeah, I like it. It is.
And then I have a bookmark somewhere that's like all the for all the commands that you need.
I would never program in Vim though. Like VI is for updating config files for Apache, right? Like that's not for
right. It's not
programming.
For, like, coding.
Those people who program in Vim are insane. Those people are
there it is.
a
There's
whole
my document.
different level of nutso.
Yeah. Basic VI command.
I used to have a printout of a poster that you can buy that was like the top 1,000 Linux commands broken down by category.
I've been using Linux for so long that half the time I open up if I have to open up a command prompt in DOS, I try to type ls. I'm like, no, wait, that doesn't work.
I have that trouble, except now it does work.
Wait, what?
Yeah, if you install WSL, it works. It works. I don't even think you have to install. I think there's like raw Linux stuff even without WSL. Like I think you can ls without it now.
Yeah,
You have to be in a bash window instead of a DOS window, though. Or
right.
Not a DOS window. What do they call it? PowerShell.
Command prompt. Oh, PowerShell. Okay.
New Mac OS has Z Shell. Yeah, I liked Z Shell.
Mac OS always just had command line. Like what else? Like,
I mean, Shell's nice.
What does Z Shell do that?
There's lots of nice, pretty shell scripts out there. Like there's one that gives you like from any terminal window, you can run it and like open up 4 or 5 different terminals, like sub terminals inside of your main terminal window. So if you have different stuff going on, I was like, that's kind of cool.
Because what does Kubuntu use? Because it doesn't use the normal terminal window. It's something like different, but you can open up multiple instances of the terminal window.
What is your distro of choice?
I've been using Kubuntu for a while.
There's a new one.
The Plasma.
There's a new one that's supposedly everybody's into. iTerm too. Yeah, I liked iTerm. There was one that I used all the time that on my Mac that like made it look like an old monitor, And like,
Oh, nice.
it was all bubbled, and you could change the font to make it all green and stuff. I mean, I loved it. It was stupid. You couldn't really do everything, but I liked it just for that. Fedora.
I don't remember what the file. Oh, Fedora.
I hear good things about Arch Linux.
I like stuff that's Debian based, although a lot of stuff is switching to snaps anyways, so it doesn't really matter as much. But
what have we been up to? What have we been up to?
I've been up to my neck in reading. Pittsburgh's good. Starting to get used to where everything is and what everything is and
Nice.
who everything is. And
Have you found good restaurants yet? Did I hit a sore spot?
we have found. So there's
Are you gonna
food is bland out
I
here.
was gonna say, are you gonna start carrying around stuff? Your wife's purse is gonna be filled with spices.
Like there's one Mexican food place that we found that's like tolerable. Like it's still not like it's not what we want, but it'll do. We still haven't found we haven't even found a Chinese food place, let alone like
Weird.
one that might actually be good.
Weird.
And then like we found decent places to eat, but they're all like a lot of the places the food is just blah.
Scrap.
I'm on the wrong side of the state for Scrapple. Like there's a couple places in town where it's just like they're kind of generic diner type places, and the food's like it's all right, but it's not
Yeah.
anything special.
Yeah, I feel like if you go to like grease bars like that, the food has to like blow you away to get over the fact that you're in a shitty diner.
Right, exactly. Although there is a place that's like literally right next door to the church that we really like the food at. It's a pizza place, but we almost never get their pizza because they have like burgers and sandwiches and stuff too,
Weird.
and those are really good.
Yeah, that's good.
So I'll get like a meatball sandwich or like the calzones are really good. Like their dough is really good, but the actual like the pizza is just too greasy.
Yeah. Man, I haven't had a good calzone in forever.
But there's another good there's a good pizza place about 20 minutes away that like it's in the town where everybody goes to the hospital. So if I ever have to like go see somebody in the hospital, which is a thing that happens,
That's
like,
true.
I'll just bring pizza home.
That is actually part of your job, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
that is part of
weird.
my job.
It's so weird to me every time I remember that like part of your job is like going to prisons and talking to people. Like
Yep.
it's just weird. There's
I
all
don't
of
do
these,
that one as often, but yeah, that's part of my job.
there's all of these experiences that you've had that I will never have, and it's just I mean, I'm sure
it is
likewise. I'm sure there's a lot of shit I've done that you never will, but
yeah. It is always interesting that like when they put you in the lawyer room.
oh,
Well, because like, I mean, for a clergy visit, like you get a lot of the same, like there's a lot of the same protections as there would be for like attorney visits, because
Right.
like if they tell me something, then like if they're confessing,
oh yeah,
then
that's
like
true.
so I get to go in a special room where things aren't recorded.
That is weird. Are you in there doing the conjugal visits?
I hope not. That would be outside the scope of my responsibility.
I mean, work and play at the same time, though, right? Like two birds, one stone.
Okay. Yes, that's exactly it. I am not going to be another pastor who gets in trouble for doing stuff he's not supposed to.
Would you get in trouble for that though? I mean, are you really doing something that you're not supposed to?
I mean, I feel like that would be taking advantage of the office, right?
I mean, I don't know if you took the collar off. Like, all right,
Oh,
the work
yeah,
part's
that's right.
done.
That's what makes it all better. Just
Yes.
take the collar off.
Yes, that's that's the thing.
I had a friend who like he used to not have conjugal visits, But like, if ever he was going to do something like not pastoral, he would like make a big show of taking his collar out before he did it. I'm like,
It's
all right,
just
dude,
weird.
whatever.
So weird.
He was a
Oh,
weirdo, but it's fine.
along the lines of all of the pastoral stuff, the Kentucky Friends of TST group that I'm a part of on Facebook
Oh yeah.
has officially moved into the next step up, which is oh God, what is it now? I have to look. They're no longer just a Friends of group. They're an applicant group.
Oh, good for them.
So now we are officially a friends, allies, and applicants of the Satanic Temple.
Okay.
So that's the thing.
So become a member. Find a congregation. I wonder if there's anyone or anything around me.
Oh, I'm sure. There's stuff everywhere.
Yeah, there's one in Columbus. Oh no, there's a closer one in West Virginia.
Could you videotape it like that scene in the church in New Orleans? Church in New Orleans.
What did a church in New Orleans do?
Wasn't there a shooting in a church in New Orleans? I don't remember.
It's like
There's got to be
so
something close.
the website doesn't list anything. Wait, so is there like nothing in the entirety of Pennsylvania? Doesn't seem right. Yeah,
No.
there's nothing like it claims there's nothing in the entire.
Nah, that can't be right.
There's one in Idaho. There's one in Utah.
Well, how far are you from Salem?
Salem, like
Salem.
Massachusetts?
Yeah.
Like 8-9 hours maybe?
Oh. Because that's like where the big group is.
That's where the headquarters is.
Yes. That is.
Wow, Satanic Temple Utah's website is not awesome.
Most of them are
Wait,
that sex
What?
tape scandal of a church in Pearl River with the priest and 2 girls. Oh wow.
that was okay. That was 2 years ago. Catholic priest was arrested.
How is the
The
link?
small parish's pastor was half naked having sex with 2 women on the altar.
Nice. I mean, if you're gonna do it,
The women were dressed in corsets and high-heeled boots. There were sex toys and stage lighting,
I
and a mobile phone
remember.
was mounted on a tripod recording it all.
I remember that now. Now that you mentioned the clothes, I was like, oh yeah. The things E-Link is it's E-Link. There have been some big changes over the last couple months. Luckily none of that affects me. Fishing Box is doing great though. The code base is a goddamn nightmare, but other than that, things are going fine. We have before I even started there, they had decided that they were going to move everything to Laravel, and it's just finding time to actually start that project, and we need it so desperately because everything is so bad. It's so bad. The code is so bad.
Oh.
It is so bad. I'm like having fucking
Are you
PST
having trauma flashbacks?
Yes. I mean, the thing I've been fighting with for 3 weeks is just, it should not be this difficult. It should be something that takes a week at the most, and I'm like nowhere near.
Oh. Dude, that makes me think of when I was using a terrible language to output information to be read by a government. It was Medicaid. It was a thing that I was outputting to read for Medicaid, and it had to be transmitted over a modem. So there was only one, like there was only one computer that we had that even had a modem.
That was horrifying.
So much time on the phone, like so many reps to try to get this stupid thing. It ended up being one of those things where you like had to manually space everything in the output. Oh, such a nightmare.
See, this thing that I'm working on, like, they've got there's a facade there, and there's a factory, and there's all of this stuff that should make it really easy, but none of it's being used correctly.
Oh no.
So, like, the thing that I'm doing is adding a thing, and it should be as easy as adding a file, because it's an integration to an API. It should just be API calls. That's it. And then it's a thing in the database to tell the system that it's there. But it's not. It's that plus I have to touch 30 different files because shit's hard coded everywhere. And I'm just like, why are you hard coding shit if you've got this system set up here? Like your purpose, you're making this more difficult for no reason.
Oh man.
Ugh, but I don't know. It's none of my business. I luckily, like, as I was leaving, like preparing to leave today, I got pulled off of that by Chase pulled me off of it. It was like, here's the thing that I want you to work on, and I'm like, that would be a lot more. That would be a lot more fun. I'm gonna work on that
project.
Yes, which seems like that's another reason that this is taking so long to build this thing that should have taken a week. Is the 3 weeks that I've been working on it, it's really been less than a week because I keep getting pulled off of it and put on other things.
Oh, yeah.
But I like the other things better anyway, so who cares?
Yeah, that is fair.
Yeah, so that's how that is going.
Oh.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of refactoring that I'm going to be doing just to make it easier for me because it's no bueno. But the rebuild should be cool. If they don't build it all fucked up when they rebuild.
Whatever you do, just go in, open up your little terminal, and type RM.
RM-RF. Sudo RMRF. My level of productivity is directly tied to how interested I find the task. Absolutely.
Oh no, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And I like new stuff. Like, give me new functionality to build, and the dopamine just starts flying. But when you're like, hey, add on to this shit that already exists, my brain's like, blug. RMRF fishing box. Enter.
Our church website is, shall we say, not great. But it's made even less great because the last time the web host did an update, they lost everything.
Oh. Why? Yeah. Why?
Apparently, well, that's what you get when you use something designed for churches. But they actually added a feature about a week ago that really should have existed a long time ago, but they added this feature in hopes of avoiding the very thing that we experienced. They finally added the ability to export a backup of your site.
Yeah, you should introduce them to the concept of version control.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't think
daily backups.
So like, this is it's a thing called My Church something. Where is it? My church website.
Churchdev.com. Modern mobile church websites.
mychurchwebsite.net, apparently.
Oh my god. Well, I can already tell you a lot about this company. Ooh, Lord the baby Jesus, that's an old website.
I think it's that one.
Live examples, no. Plans and pricing.
See,
$100 a year.
All right, inspect. Inspect will tell me everything I need to know.
Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to.
Where's the header?
To ask someone about something.
Yeah, mychurchwebsite.net.
That is.
Yeah, that's rough.
And they're probably paying for the base plan. So they've got the least amount of features possible.
Absolutely. Because we really don't even need the other features.
I think it's
but
funny.
we don't really need
It's funny that in order to get an SSL certificate, which are free now, by the way,
yeah,
you have to pay $300 a year. That's
keenly aware of how ridiculous that one is.
Oh, that's awful, bro.
Well, and like live streaming for $5 per stream.
What?
Yeah. And then $25 per email, but I don't know, like is that 25 a year or 25 a month?
And you have to pay more for a blog. For a password protected member directory, you have to pay more. Form builder is more. Unlimited document uploads, so you have a limit.
It hurts my head that that HTTPS is not just included, because you just get a Let's Encrypt and you're you're good.
What that tells me is that this is someone's side gig.
Oh, absolutely.
Like they're not.
And again, it's for churches, and churches are idiots.
Yeah. And they don't want to move. Like nobody's interested in changing anything, even if it saves them money and gets them a better experience. They don't want to change anything.
Right. And like eventually, like, yeah, we'll probably redo our website because it needs to be something. Like we're getting to the point where there's a lot of the stuff that they want to do on it, this can't do. Oh yeah, do y'all do
I mean, I know a guy who could spin up a WordPress site in like a minute and a half.
Don't want to donate a website to a church? But yeah, like even just spinning over to WordPress, like it's a couple contact forms, like places to upload things. Like I could spin up the website in an afternoon.
I mean, you could do
you
could do something on Wix for fucking cheap as hell. How much are their packages anymore? I can't even remember.
Like you're not, but the thing is, you're not going to beat, like nobody's going to beat $100 a year.
I mean, that's true. that's probably
like, and yeah, we're 100% getting what we pay for.
I mean, this one's only $16 a month for the personal Wix site. I mean, that's not too bad. That's not too bad over $100.
Well, and like, what am I paying for my nonsense? Mission.com. I like my web host for the their customer service is fantastic. This is the church website that I did not set up.
This is the new church website for the old website for the new church.
Yes. Everything that I set up, of course, has HTTPS because I am not a monster.
Because you want people to actually be able to find your website, probably.
Right. What am I paying for my web host? Because I love my web host for their customer service, which is amazing. Like they are really good about working with you to like make sure that you get the thing that you want. What I don't love is that they use Plesk and Zimbra.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, so I've been doing AWS training because that's probably going to be part of my job here soon. And after doing the training, like I will probably never use a web host again after. Like it's so easy to spin up a Linux distribution and get a web server up and running in like no time. Right. And if you're using minimal traffic, like you're not paying anything. It is so cheap to just have the tiniest EC2. Like you can have free instances. And if you don't, if you're not running traffic, you're not paying for anything.
Oh, wow.
Drive safe. We definitely do want you to
have
drive
fun,
safe.
Barlazy.
Barlazy.
Yes, especially if you're picking up your kid. Like,
Yeah.
you got
Yeah. Like drive like a maniac on the way to pick the child up, but then on the way back, please be safe.
Oh, why is my billing like all over the place? Apparently, okay. I overpaid a month because because I moved, so I canceled my uh internet service. So my bill has been all jacked because of I had a credit on my account.
Oh, gotcha.
In January, I had a bill of -$7.
Nice. Dude, I
So
tell
I'm
you,
paying
if
$20 a month for.
if you were to build a system specifically for, okay, it gets out of control because there's a lot of HRIS systems out there, but some simple HRIS that has like team communication in it, like
So what we would love to. Okay, since you and Andy are both here, we are looking for something like a basic, really like a support ticket kind of system, something to keep track of like property stuff, like if like a lights out in the church that somebody is able to go in, create a ticket, and it's like, hey, a lights out, and then it goes to the people that it's supposed to go to. We know of expensive solutions, and we know of solutions that don't work.
okay,
because, like that seems like it wouldn't be hard to just set up like a basic ticketing system, more than just like a Google Sheets form or Google form and a Google Sheets thing. Because that would also be nice for like, you could set it up like if somebody wants me to visit them, they can go on the website, basically fill out a ticket, and then I get an email that says somebody wants to see me, or somebody wants to do a prayer request. You could do the same kind of thing with like a ticketing system.
There are ways that you could set it up so that people could set up, like they could go to the website and schedule an appointment with you, and like it would tell, like your schedule would be in there, and it would say, hey, you've got a new appointment on this day. Like
that are like open source and not money pay.
I'm sure there are. Everything has an open source.
Well, that's true. Everything has an open source.
Like what you're asking for could be slapped together in WordPress in a weekend. Because I am 100% sure that there are WordPress plugins that do tickets.
Oh yeah.
And 100% sure that you could do like a scheduling system.
Because I'm trying to think of like the things. I need to sit down with our office manager and just basically be like, what do we want our website to do? And then like, if the thing that we're using can't do it, get something that does.
It looks like there's like, for what it's worth, there is software out there specifically for church management.
Yeah. And there's
one called Tithely, tithe.ly.
We use something called Shepherd Staff, but I don't know like what level of the program we're using, and I don't know like what
you might.
These are just a lot of the things I need to figure out.
Yeah, you might look into that, because a lot of those systems that do kind of internal stuff for places like that will have a front-facing website that you can show your customers.
Right. And I feel like this should have. Good night. How much? Wow.
Hold on. What is it called again?
It's called Shepherd Staff. It's like the basic version is apparently $500. Holy crap.
Ministry staffing. So this is just like an HRIS specifically for churches. That's weird.
Well, so it's like, it does like membership records. You can do accounting on it, but it's not great at it. But like it keeps track of like people's giving for like the tax stuff at the end of the year. It claims it has a scheduler, but does it actually? What kind oh, it claims you can do facility planning? I need to find out if we're actually using this the
Yeah, I
way
mean,
we're
it
supposed to.
sounds like everything that you need, you might already be paying for.
Right. That's what I'm kind of wondering. But then but it's because it's something that's like, from what I can tell, um, it's like installed software, so there's probably no kind of like API.
Mhm. That's weird.
Because I feel like a lot of this should be like real easy to already does it easy.
I mean, it looks like. I mean, it looks like they're
Church
pushing
stuff
for.
is just such a
Dude, church software would be a thing to build. Like, you could literally just rebrand any other piece of software, just take it out of the box, rebrand it for churches, and make a fortune.
put a couple crosses on it and
come up with a weird godly domain name.
yeah, call it flock finder.
Dude, how is godly not taken? God.ly?
Wait,
Is that not an amazing...
seriously?
Is that not an amazing...
How has no one bought that? No, there's no way. There's no way that no one has... Are you going to buy it?
I might have to.
Dude.
If I can get it, let's see what we're looking at. It could be one of those that's... It's a 3-letter...
No way.
Yeah. Where the fuck are all my domains at? Thank you for...
Isn't all your stuff on GoDaddy?
Yeah, I guess it still is.
According to... Okay, so who sells the .lys? Libya.
Oh, that makes sense. I wonder if I can get one through Google. I can get one through 101 domains. Google.
Okay, so my ISP can only do like the big 6.
Yeah, it doesn't look like many places are going to let you register a .ly. Because that would be an amazing domain name. Oh, wait.
Yeah. Did you find it?
Oh, the .ly. The .ly, the shortest you can get is 4 letters. All of the 3 letters are unavailable.
Oh, no.
That sucks. That would have been amazing.
Hey, somebody got Jesus. JES.us.
Oh, that's a good one. Man, Godly would have been so good.
Yeah.
All right, I need to grab some water and go to the little boys' room.
Yes. Sounds good. Let us do that in separate homes.
We will be right back. While we're gone, what Ford is the and the if you did
What words were those?
if you for me, okay, so maybe there's We're back.
Oh,
So go ahead and list all of your answers to the question I asked for.
yes. All of the answers to all of the questions. Apparently my dog is having a panic because I am not in the same room as mom.
Well, that's
Oh, and apparently she's my problem now.
that's actually a totally fair system, I feel like.
Oh, but now she's crying because she can't get to mom. You see.
Right. You two need to be in the same room always.
Right. That is what she thinks. So, you know, yeah.
fair.
So if I get up, it's because the monster is a monster. Oh, no. And
Oh.
Mrs. Pastor's just in the same room as me. So
Nice.
I can't say anything about her now.
Oh, man. How are we ever
I mean-
going to... I mean, you would never do that.
I know.
Why?
She's spending some time on the Procreate.
Oh, nice. I enjoy
doing the
Procreate.
drawing.
I've been debating updating my iPad
Oh.
to one of the new iPad Pros, the 12-inch one.
Oh.
But that's a lot of money.
Yeah, those are
'Cause
I
paid a lot for
I
this
ain't gonna
one.
lie. The new Mac, I don't know. I don't think they're calling them Mac Minis anymore, but like the new Tiny Macs
Mhm.
look really nice.
Dude, those processors, the
Yeah.
the iMac, the fucking MacBook Pro, the Pro with the M1 Max Pro. Holy shit, that
Yep.
thing looks amazing.
I have been loving, I don't know if you've seen it on your TikTok, but all the folk who are like, every mega church now has to upgrade all their 27 Mac Minis
Because there's a new one.
because there's a new one.
Gotta get the new one. Church people who run churches are basically like the original hipsters, right?
Especially the mega churches. Yeah.
Yeah. So weird. So weird. Once everybody gets back from doing their evening shenanigans,
Responsibilities.
I do have a question for you. So
For
if
me.
I forget, I have a weird question for you.
Okay. When everyone gets back, you have a weird question for me.
Yeah.
Got it.
Just so in case I forget, because I have
Okay.
a horrible brain. It's wired wrong.
These things happen.
So I am going to Asheville. Going to Asheville
Kinda
without the end.
Nashville.
Nashville without
Those are
the
two
end.
very different directions.
They are. Going there next weekend.
Okay.
Excuse me.
For the why?
Or just because my stepdad's coming up here to help me with some plumbing stuff. And then I'm just like gonna go hang out with my parents for the weekend.
Oh,
So that'll be cool. They my mom works at a art gallery, this painter's
Okay.
gallery, and then he opened another one because of all of this weird drama that's happening with the city. And it's like just now opening. So
Okay.
there'll be lots of like, hey, let's go to the gallery. Let's go get some coffee and go down to the gallery.
are you kidding me?
I just figured everyone in Nashville's high.
Oh, I mean,
Hey man, let's
probably.
go get a latte and go down to the art gallery.
There's one of the guys I went to seminary with was from Asheville, actually.
Was he? Did he have dreadlocks?
Did kind of have surfer dude hair.
Yep. Yep. So, okay, question for you. Dreadlocks.
Okay, not the one though.
No,
This is a
this
different
is a different one.
question. Okay.
Different. Dreadlocks is white guys with dreadlocks. Is that appropriation? Because I see arguments going both ways, and I honestly
I would think
don't
it
know.
depends. Like if they're just like unclean, then no.
But I mean, like guys, like dudes who specifically go out and put dreadlocks in their hair. Like not necessarily just because they're like
Yeah.
homeless or anything, but like
Like, I definitely don't think that like we're the deciders of that.
But like, okay, here's my thing.
I
Like,
don't know.
like everyone who doesn't comb their hair can get dreadlocks, other than a
Right.
very small percentage of people who have like really straight hair, right? So I would think that like
Yeah,
not combing your hair couldn't possibly be appropriation, but then other people are like, no, it's not that. It's that white guys can walk around with dreadlocks and get jobs and nobody cares. But if a black guy walks in with dreadlocks and tries to get a job, all of a sudden it's no, you can't have hair like that. I get it.
It does kind of seem like it would depend on like, are you? I feel like it would depend. Like, if you're going full on, like, if you're from the suburbs and you're trying to make it seem like you're from Jamaica, then yeah, 100% cultural appropriation.
I mean, that makes sense. That is a crazy sound.
What was that?
I think it was Johnny flushing the toilet.
That's why your stepdad's coming out to work on the plumbing.
That is one of the plumbing issues.
Because that's loud enough to get through your gate.
So the pipe from his toilet, I believe, is pressing against one of the supports under the floor. Like, I think it's up against it. So as the water's running, it like vibrates the wall and turns the wall into a giant speaker that sounds like running water.
So do you have like a crawl space or something, or are you just having to like? Okay.
Yeah, it's a crawl space. Rachel Doll is
at least you're not having to like dig under the house.
No, and he's coming here to help me fix my my bathtub in my bathroom is dripping and it won't stop. But you have to have a weird tool to take to. It's like a washer, like a rubber washer to fix it, but you have to have this weird tool to get the innards out to get to the washer, and he has the tool, and he's like, "I'll just come bring the tool up."
Yeah, I got you.
See, I don't know, because I knew a lot of white kids growing up that had dreads, and we were like, I had dreads for a little while, and I wasn't trying to appropriate anything. Like, it was all skate culture, which probably was appropriating a lot from hip hop. I don't know.
I don't think they're like necessarily. See,
are dreadlocks a sin?
Let's see
the
what
first thing that popped up.
Oh, okay. Okay, so they do appear like they're not like inherently a white people thing. Like, looking at, according to the beacon of knowledge that is Wikipedia, like, they appear to be a thing just about everywhere but Europe.
That's fair.
But there are also pictures of ancient Greece with people with dreadlocks. There is...
Dear white people with dreadlocks, things to consider. I feel like it was a really big thing in the 90s for white guys to have dreadlocks.
Yeah. And it was...
Historians and anthropologists have found evidence of the hairdo in ancient Egypt, Germanic tribes, Vikings, Pacific Islanders, early Christians, the Aborigines, and the New Guineans, as well as the Somali, the Gala, the Maasai, the Ashanti, and the Fulani tribes of Africa. The better question is, who hasn't worn dreadlocks at one time or another? Yeah, I don't know. But I see people getting really angry about it, and I'm like,
right.
I mean, I get it, but at the same time, like, I don't get it. But it's not really my place to get. Like, I won't have dreadlocks. I promise. I'm doing my part.
But it is kind of a...
Well, like, it's sacred in Rastafarianism, right?
Right, but that's not. But it's not also not like... It's tough because, like, just because something's a sacred practice doesn't mean it's just yours. But it doesn't mean you have to be careful with it.
If it got trendy to wear the little Jewish hats, what are those little skull caps?
Yarmulkes.
Yeah, like if all of a sudden it was popular, like the kids made it cool to wear yarmulkes, which I could see this generation doing. Just throwing that out there.
Right, but it would also be like, it would be more than just like, because that's such a specific cultural thing that like no one else does.
Yeah.
Whereas dreadlocks, it's like it's a specific cultural thing, but it also exists in a whole bunch of other cultures.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what makes it a little tougher in my mind.
Yeah. No, I see that.
I'm also not going to go out and like, I actually don't think my hair would dreadlock if I wanted it to.
Oh, you could make it dreadlock.
I mean, it would take a lot of effort.
Welcome back, Reaver. I think you should dread your beard. Have the pirate
that
beard
might
dreads.
happen.
Yeah.
That is a thing that would be possible. But like, especially after I eat a couple big juicy hamburgers and it gets all like,
dreadlock the beard. Yeah. We're down.
But like, I'm trying to think of an equivalent thing.
No, there's not really one.
Right.
It's very unique in its weirdness.
I'm sure there are a ton of other things that are very similar.
Well, like an afro. Is it weird for white guys to have afros? Like that was a big thing in the 70s.
Right.
Everybody had an afro.
And like one of my friends, like if he lets his hair grow out, he just has an afro. He doesn't have to do anything about it.
Right.
It's just, he has really tight curly hair, and as soon as he grows it out, like
when I don't do anything with my mohawk, it's a frohawk. It is a very what we are talking about is white guys having dreadlocks cultural appropriation,
while also being keenly aware that we are two white guys having this conversation.
Yeah, so it's really, white guys with microphones. We're so good at being the trope that we hate the most. It's really like self-aware.
Oh, it's self-aware bad decisions.
Yeah. Oh wow! Look, everybody's coming.
Oh, Barlazy's back.
We white guys.
What a perfect time to change the subject.
White guys with dreadlocks. Is it cultural appropriation? And can we, as two white guys, even figure that out? Is it even something that we're able to comprehend? I think cultural appropriation is a wee complicated and ugly topic.
The wee is what makes that. Yeah.
Ooh woo.
Yeah, that does bring up a point. That is because it is wee complicated. Like what's there? I have yet to see like something that's a really like straightforward way to understand like when does it cross the line into being inappropriate?
What's the difference between appropriation and appreciation?
More or less, yeah.
Yeah. I actually was reading about that recently because I was like, where does it, because it feels like, okay, going back to 90s skate culture. 90s skate culture was equal parts punk rock and hip hop. Down to its core. It was gangster rap and hardcore punk, and those two things together equally. So when you go to a skate park, there would be cliques of white kids listening to punk rock and cliques of black kids listening to hip hop, and we all got along. Like, it was just, can you skate?
Yeah.
Like, we were all there for the same reason. So there was a lot of stuff that was shared back and forth in that subculture that I feel like was appreciation, because like we weren't stealing shit from people. Like, it was just, we were all doing the same thing, and it just happened to be coming from different places or whatever. But so yeah, I was started reading into what the line is.
So I know, like, on one level, one thing that makes it really easy is like, is this a closed practice or is this an open practice?
Right.
So like, probably not a good idea for a bunch of white dudes to gather around and smoke peyote.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, because that's a closed practice. Same with, because then it's, but like, and I also feel like if a group of Native Americans are making dream catchers and selling them, that's cool. But if some white people start selling dream catchers, maybe not.
Yeah.
So there's that sort of thing.
What if a white guy is raised in that culture? I think inappropriate is exploitative, like the sexy Indian costume, but wearing something because you like and appreciate it is not appropriation.
Well, so if you're raised in the culture, like if you're raised in it, like say you are not, carry on, I guess, with the Native American thing. Like if you are a white kid who's adopted, but like who is adopted by a Native couple, like you are not ethnically Native, but you were raised in those practices. That is like, you are part of that. Like if you're raised in that culture, then you're part of that culture. So it's like, it is your culture.
I disagree. I mean, it is your culture, but I think if you are raised in that culture, you would be even more aware of the fact that those things belong to those people, right? Like if you were a part of that culture.
But like if you're going through the rituals, if you're going through those things that makes you part of that culture, like you are part of that culture. That's not something that you just like wearing headdresses is something that you have to earn. Getting Maori tattoos is something that you have to earn. If you're part of that culture, those are things that you can earn in that culture, and it's fine regardless of like whatever your genetics are.
See, here's the problem with that though. And that makes perfect sense. But if I see a guy walking down the street with a headdress on, a white guy walking down the street with a headdress on, like,
right, you're going to assume it's a problem.
Right. Whether it is or not. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that white guy is going to be very aware of the fact that if he's doing that, if he comes from that culture, he's going to be very aware of doing that in public is going to look really bad. Right? That
is absolutely true.
Like, there's a guy I followed on TikTok for a while until he started talking politics, and he's like super capitalist. And I was like, all right, I can't fucking handle this. Oddly enough, unfollowing him, I think, is what spit me directly into communist TikTok, which is hilarious.
Oh, well, okay.
But he's a white guy, but he was raised in what is technically a ghetto of a very large city. So, like, he was part of a very small percentage of white people growing up, like, in his high school and stuff. Like, it was a black culture that he was raised in. He started a record label that was a hip hop record label. He's worked with a bunch of rappers. He's now a programmer that works for the government, the NSA, right? And he wears a grill, big silver teeth. And people give him shit all the time. They're like, you as a white person need to get that shit out of your mouth. You are appropriating something that does not belong to you. And he's like, no, this is my culture. and the conversations back and forth in those specific threads are very interesting, because
Right.
there's people who are like, I don't give a shit if you were raised in that culture. That is not yours. You are white. You don't get to have it.
There's a dude who I follow on TikTok. I think I still do. He is a white dude from Zimbabwe.
Interesting.
Like, he is Zimbabwean. I think he lives in South Africa now. But like, he is very careful about how he identifies, because like, he is Zimbabwean. He is African.
Right.
But he also knows that his experience as an African is very different from the Black Africans' experience.
What about the grills that makes that culturally, because it very specifically came from
that is
culture.
very specifically that culture.
Yeah. It's interesting because a friend of mine, that it's actually Johnny's ex-wife, remarried to a woman, and they have a kid now. And
good for them.
the woman that she married was born and raised in South Africa. So technically he's African American. Which is really weird.
Yeah.
So like, and I've heard stories about kids in his exact same situation who apply for like college, like, I want money for college. Here's an African American fund. And then they show up and they're like, no, you can't have this. You're white. And he's like, right, but I'm African American.
Yeah, right. It's the little word details.
Because
there was a dude.
Race
There was a
doesn't
dude I knew
exist.
that he was South African. Came to the U.S. He actually ended up. He had a U.S. passport, a South African passport, and a Netherlands passport.
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird. I didn't think it was, you were supposed to have multiple passports.
It's usually perfectly legal. Most countries just act under the assumption that they're only going to acknowledge the one that's relevant.
That's
So
fair.
like, there's nothing that says that you can't be a citizen of more than what, like, the United States allows people to be a citizen of more than one country. It just assumes that you're only a U.S. citizen.
Right. That's weird.
So like, you just when you come to the U.S., you better use your U.S. passport. Like,
Right.
That's basically all that means.
Weird. I've always wondered, like, could you, I know it would kind of go against the rules, but could you be a citizen? I mean, I guess there's dual citizenship, right?
Yeah. Okay. So Reaper, here's the major part of that problem.
Yeah.
A good chunk of Black Americans, their nationality is American, because like, I can look back at my history and find out that like, there's German, Polish, Irish, French, a couple other things in there. A lot of Black Americans can't do that.
And the other thing, like, okay, so growing up, I was very much a part of the camp of, well, if we just stop talking about race, then it wouldn't be a problem anymore.
Oh, yes.
And the problem with that mentality is it doesn't acknowledge the systemic racism that is currently happening.
Right.
Right. Because it's like saying, well, if it's fine for me, so if you just stop talking about it, like, it's such a white guy thing to say. And I can't believe that that was like how I was wired. But it made perfect sense to me that I was like, the way to get through racism is to stop talking about race. But it doesn't work that way.
And like, if the systemic stuff didn't exist, then maybe.
Right. Well, if the systemic
But,
racism didn't
yeah.
exist, then I don't think we would really have a problem. Because then it's just people being assholes to one another.
Which we're really good at.
I mean, we are. But in the power dynamic that we have, you can't not discuss race. Yeah. You have to acknowledge, and especially us as white guys, we have to acknowledge race and acknowledge our position in the conversation, because if you don't, then you're part of the problem. Like, if you aren't acknowledging it and actively trying to use the position that you have to help the people that are oppressed, then you're part of the problem. You are a part of the oppression. That got weird. That got deep. I apologize. I was just talking about dreadlocks.
but that is part of the, like, that's part of the point, right? Like, it does get to be that complex of a thing. But yeah, like, all of these questions, whether it's like cultural appropriation, clothes practices, like, it all comes down to that systemic power dynamic that makes things weird when white people do them.
And right, you wouldn't refer to an Asian person as yellow because that's racist. But you refer to black people as black because that's what most black people want to be called. Right. If most Asian people wanted to be called yellow, then the correct thing to call them would be a yellow person.
And really, like, white as a catch-all only exists as a way to differentiate from black.
Yes. Or differentiate from any minority, right? Like,
right.
We are part of this group, not those people.
Yep. It's why most of the time, for people who are really specific about who gets to be called white, Jewish people are not considered white.
Yeah. Hell, most of them don't think I'm white. It was fun. I'm okay with that. You know.
You with that silly apostrophe that
I know
breaks out of everything.
I know. I'm such an asshole. Now I guess my birthday is wrong too.
So Barlazy, I recommend you read a book called Stamped from the Beginning by Ibram Kendi. It does talk about some of that. It is older than the UK. But like, Europe, in trying to further the slave trade, really did push this idea of white people being better than everyone else, because it got linked into Christianity because Europe was Christian. So then everything was better because they had the right way of doing everything and everyone else was uncivilized. It's a whole thing.
There's a trend going around TikTok of people saying I'm a non-practicing white. And I actually really like that. I'm white, but I'm not currently practicing.
So much of the reason why we have all these various things is so that people can be oppressed.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's to justify oppression to the people who are doing the oppressing. Mm-hmm. Because it's easier to justify oppressing people when you can consider them animals. And the best way to do that is to separate them racially and say they are a different species from us.
It is a really good, if painful, read, Barlazy. Like, absolutely worthwhile, but a bit painful. Because it really spells out like all of the ways that America is not just accidentally racist, but is very on purpose racist.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff. I've recently, TikTok has decided a few new things about me.
Okay.
I think it's starting to think that I'm not a lesbian. I still get some lesbian thirst traps here and there, but not as many.
Okay.
Now I'm trans.
Okay.
I am a trans woman, I guess. specifically a trans woman, which is weird.
Interesting. I still bounce back and forth, but like I'm just in the generically trans side of TikTok. Like not like I get trans men and I get trans women.
I get more trans women than trans men, but I do get a few trans men here and there. But I've recently slid into communist TikTok, which is a very interesting place, as well as anti-racist TikTok, which is a whole a whole thing.
Have you? There's a dude from French Guiana who's really got some good content because he's French and he loves walking around places and like just pointing out like all the ways that he's still very much living in a colony.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
There was a hot minute like very early on that I ended up on what I can only describe as lesbian TikTok for straight men.
You? That feels really dirty.
It was not it's that like lesbian couples who just like are overly outwardly sexual and very obviously like this is lesbian TikTok for straight men.
Weird.
Luckily, I ended up on like mask lesbian TikTok not long after that, and that was much better.
That's where you like learn how to change oil in your car and stuff.
Right.
Okay. Everyone needs one lesbian in their circumference to help them with car trouble.
For a while, Mrs. Pastor was following somebody who was like what was the handy the things your dad never taught you kind of creator who was just like the one that everyone went to when they needed to fix stuff. What? No, it was the trans person. Yes, the trans handyman.
Yes.
Mercury.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I've seen many of those videos, and she's taught me some things.
Okay.
Mercury Stardust.
Trans handyman.
I actually, oddly enough, the videos that come across my feed of hers tend to be the ones where she's saying, if you are of these communities, please interact with this video because my videos have slid over to the wrong side of TikTok and I need help getting back. I get a lot of those. I think they like, I don't know. I'm in the army of driving people to queer talk. Okay, I'll be that person. I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
So my question.
All right, so yes, your question now that people are back.
So, a little backstory. There's a band whose album just came out today.
Wet Leg?
Called Wet Leg. They are
Wet Leg.
British. They're fronted by two women.
They're amazing is what they are.
They are. They have a song called Wet Dream that I think is the banger of the year. It is amazing and it'll stick in your head for about 2.5 weeks. But the whole album is really good.
The banger of the year is Numb Little Bug. I'm sorry.
Well,
like,
you know
that
what?
is a hill I will die on.
It is a weird year for music. There's a lot of really good things happening in music right now.
Well, and you can't forget the I guess that was technically last year that the #1 Christian song in the country had swears in it.
Yeah, and was from a very masculine lesbian.
A very non-binary lesbian, as I believe Grace has decided that he uses all pronouns now.
That's fair. I saw someone saying my pronouns are he, him. Unless it suits the joke to call me by others, then use whatever you want. Whatever suits the joke is what is my pronoun.
I've just been absolutely loving. I know we're completely getting sidetracked here.
That's what we do.
I've been loving the TikToks that are like, you know, people who interact with someone like, I don't use pronouns. Okay. And just never referring to them with any pronoun ever.
Right. I love it. I love it.
Okay, so Wet Leg.
Okay, so Wet Leg released their album, and there has been this stigma that has followed Wet Leg since they first kind of hit the scene. And the stigma
industry plants
is the industry plants. And I realized something about this whole industry plant thing. And
that you have to water them in order for them to grow.
yes, you water them with the tears of white men in shitty local bands. That's
isn't
who's
that
crying.
pretty much their latest video is the tears of white men?
It is. I like it. So it's what I realized is okay. Let me rewind a little bit. Back in the 90s, late 80s, early 90s, we were introduced to the concept of the boy band, right?
Well,
Which,
I mean,
technically, you can go back to like the
60s,
Monkees,
really.
right? The Monkees were
the Monkees were like the first boy band,
right, but they got really popular in like every 2 weeks a new boy band was coming out in the like late 80s, early 90s, and it was considered fairly normal.
Because even your big ones were like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, 98 Degrees, the other one,
the other one. There was a British one, wasn't that one of them?
Yeah, these boy bands.
Boy bands.
NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, New Kids on the Block was 80s. Boys to Men, not really. 98 Degrees, absolutely. O-Town.
Oh yeah, O-Town's the one. I forget about that.
Yeah.
So that was always considered like normal. Like everybody understood that they were a band that was put together. Like that's the outline of a boy band is they were put together by a label to become a band together.
And even look at like Britney Spears, look at like Christina Aguilera, like all of those people that came from.
Oh,
hello.
Oh, there you go. You're back. All of those people that came from what?
But yeah,
what?
like from Mickey Mouse Club.
Oh, right. Which I mean is I guess technically even still is a whole other thing. Because
there's all the Disney Channel stars that have gotten record deals.
But that was more like they started on the Disney Channel and built a following there and could have legitimately done whatever they wanted to, right?
Right.
It's just a lot of them ended up in music because it was probably the easiest to transfer into. But here's the thing. Name 2 girl bands. The exact same thing.
Spice Girls.
And give me one more.
Spice Girls.
It's so rare that the term girl band doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Like when I think of girl band, I think of like L7. It's a band and all of the people are girls. All Saints.
Yeah, like somebody called the Cranberries. Like this list is calling the Cranberries a girl band. It's like
no, that's not. I mean, I get their point,
maybe
but it's not.
Like 4 non-blondes.
But they were a band that then turned into industry people. I mean, they weren't put together by a label though. They were a band.
Yeah, the whole idea is that like the label created this and it spawned a thing.
What is All Saints? Oh yeah, I've never heard of these people, but they look just from the pictures. that's the band that would fit that. So here's where I'm going with this. All right, we're gonna just table all of that information. Just put that. This is where we're Destiny's Child.
Were they constructed?
I don't know.
I don't know enough about the history of Destiny's Child.
I mean, I can see that. Kind of like the Boys to Men thing.
Started out as Girls' Time. They. Well, but okay. Because I know that everyone wants to be like. Everyone wants to think that bands happen naturally, right? Everyone wants to
Right.
think that music just happens, but like Justin Bieber was created.
Right.
Like all of even like even the bands that you think of, like all like the hair metal bands of the 80s, most bands you would never have heard of if they didn't happen to get lucky and get signed and then have an entire label telling everyone to play them.
Right. And even the bands that you know of that are like big bands, I can promise you 90% of them, the band that was signed is not the band that was on stage the night before, right? There was one person that got kicked out of the band before they even got signed to the label, because those people came to that band and said, you guys are amazing, but your drummer blows. Or you guys are amazing, but that lead singer sucks. I've got a guy. We can put this together.
Like the Ringo Starr didn't get to play on half the Beatles records because he wasn't good enough for the studio.
I mean, that's fair.
Like,
what is it about huge, like the Metallica drummer? He can't drum.
Yep.
Don't have to be good. So, I mean, I guess if you bring in K-pop, you get a lot of girl bands, right?
Yeah.
But that's like a whole other thing.
Like, so even
Dixie Chicks,
so
I think they were like a band though, weren't they?
Dixie Chicks, they were siblings who were like a band.
Yeah, sibling bands is a whole other thing too.
Yeah. So think about even like the viral folk lately, like the ABCDEFU song. That was 100% excellent marketing.
Yeah.
As much as I love
Bayhold,
I like, again, excellent marketing. Like, there's an aspect of just like right place, right time.
Right.
But like there was a label behind those.
Like she wrote a song that hit a moment, that hit perfectly for a moment, and started to pick up steam on TikTok, and then people came in and said, hey, we can make that bigger because we can make that huge.
Right. But she was already signed when that came out. Like she had a label before that song got big. Same with the God is a Freak song.
Yeah.
Like, again, she had a label. Like,
and the reason Wet Leg gets pegged as industry plants, the reason people say, well, they're industry plants, is everybody heard one of their songs. One of their songs like went super viral, and when people started looking for more music, they had 2 songs out, and that was it.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, how do you have this many views or this many listens on Spotify and you only have 2 songs? It has to be fake. And if you look into the band, you'll realize that like this was a side gig for them. They were doing it because they were both musicians, but they were working day jobs, and they were doing it just to like keep making music. And it just kind of blew up overnight without them really knowing what was happening.
Yeah, like that happens.
Here's where all of this is leading.
Okay.
Name one band that you can think of. Like I can think of in my head right now, like 4 bands that are constantly called industry plants. Name one of them that's all guys.
Real Big Fish. No, not that one. You're right.
I realize that it's 100% a derogatory term aimed at women in music. And I'd never put that together before. Men don't get called industry plants. Right. Only women do.
Because nobody called Okay. Nickelback gets a lot of hate.
Creed, the two bands.
Okay, Creed. Yeah. Oh. So apparently, like, other people are noticing that industry plant tends to be used
Only for women?
about women and not for men.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because Urban Dictionary has figured that out.
Oh, wow. They just sucked that badly. Urban Dictionary. Let's see. a term that a certain fandom loves to use to degrade female artist success. I mean, yeah, that makes perfect sense. What are the differences between a so-called industry plant and a rapper whose label is doing their job properly and pushing them? That's the thing.
Yeah, like that's it.
Like, there's no such thing as an industry plant. It's literally just a record label doing their job. Like, that's it. That's what a record label is supposed to do. They're supposed to go out and find artists that nobody's heard of before that are really good and make everybody hear them.
That is literally A&R's job.
That's what you sign a label. That's why you sign your name to get on a record label.
A term used on Stan Twitter when a woman is successful and a threat to their favorites. I mean,
I would say that Metallica were plants if they had a good drummer to begin with. Like, if they ever had a good drummer, I would give you that they might have been plants, but there's no way a record label put them together and picked that dumbass and said, no, pick him.
but yeah, that, like, I do like the definition that's like people who are mad because somebody had a good label.
Right.
Like, because that is what the label is supposed to do.
Right.
Like, yeah, viral marketing might be different now, but like, watch that thing you do ever. Like, and see that they used to do the same thing. Like, that was just like,
I mean, yeah, I mean, technically the Beatles, because they kicked their first drummer out, right? Or someone, their guitarist or something.
I think it was the drummer.
When they first got signed, because they were like, like, and that was 100% a label coming in and saying, nah, you need someone else.
There are a ton of bands who just like get signed and then mysteriously just switch their entire, like, they switch lineups.
I mean, that was the thing with what's that goth band from the 2000s that everybody loved? Evanescence. That was their thing, right?
Well, that was a little different because it was just the two of them, and then the industry basically like gave them a band because they wanted them to be like a new metal band,
right?
And then the guy, the main songwriter dude, was like, "Yeah, I don't really want to be a rock star. I'm out."
So weird. I mean, I don't know. It's just it just hit me the other day that like it's so pointed at women, and I had never like I always
because if it's dudes, they're sellouts.
Right. Oh, that's true.
Like it's the same vibe, but like
it's so weird. It is 100% the same energy.
But like one of them is you sold out to the man.
Right.
And the other one is you don't actually have any talent.
Right. You don't deserve to be here. And the other one is you should have stayed with us.
How dare you let other people know you? how dare you not be this thing that I can't just like have and hold on to and nobody else has?
I remember people being so...
Oh my gosh. Dude, it's NFTs. The whole concept behind selling out is NFTs. It's the same thing. Tell me I'm wrong.
I can't. because you're right. It is the exact same mentality of like, I have to have this be mine and mine alone. How dare you not be a starving and struggling artist? That people used to get so upset with me because I ran in some punk rock circles when I was younger, and punk rock in the '90s was very much there was a lot of like, oh, the band fucking signed with this label and now they're sellouts. And I was like, yeah, you would too. Like, that's the whole point of being in a band is to sell out. That's what they're doing. Like, every band you've ever heard of is trying to sell out.
Just about every single punk band of that era had a song about like, yeah, you would sell out too.
Yeah, like, fucking be mad. Be mad. I heard the communist lady that I follow on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
She made a snide remark about NoFX the other day.
Oh no.
That was a little too on point, and I was like, oh wow, because I've always like NoFX has this persona of like they're the DIY guys. They're like punk DIY at its best, right? Like they have their own label and they've never been signed to a big label. They've done it themselves since the beginning. And she said something in passing about them being just a pop punk band for people who hate pop punk. And I was like, yeah. The people who were like super angry that pop punk was happening, all of them listened to NoFX. And it's the same thing. Her videos are amazing. She is worth TikTok alone just to follow her.
Speaking of pop punk, have you seen it was a linguistics person who was like doing the deep dive into that pop punk accent?
Yeah. And it's wow, yeah. It's a whole thing. I didn't know that it was like...
It is a whole thing.
I didn't know. I just thought they all sounded the same. I didn't know that it was like...
You didn't realize it was on purpose?
Right. I didn't know that it was...
Well, and especially where it's like basically a constructed accent.
Yeah, that's the weirdest part to me. Where are you?
Oh,
and I'm so sorry.
To be able to clip that.
Oh, I mean, it is a thing. I feel like that was just, did it start with him? Did he start that?
I think so.
And then everybody was making fun of him and it stuck. It was like...
started the pop punk accent.
It's like when you start saying a trendy word to make fun of it, and then before you know it, you're saying it for real. And you're like, damn it, now I'm part of them. It's that.
There's a whole Tumblr called Tom DeLonge Lyrics. Of course there is. So, Angelite, like Blink, that one video they did when they were spoofing all of the like 90s industry plant sorts of
all
videos.
The boy band stuff. It was amazing.
Oh, and especially when they were doing, was it TLC? Oh man, like all the different outfits they had on.
Oh yeah,
they were like
phenomenal.
It was
peak
absolute
90s
genius.
pop punk, man.
Like it is apparently like, yeah. It seems like Tom DeLonge started it.
So weird. That like
a band called Gilman.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so in the Bay Area, there was a thing where this is how somebody described it. I'm an American guy faking an English accent, faking an American accent.
Yeah.
So Billy Joe Armstrong
Tim
had
Armstrong
that
too.
voice.
Yeah.
Tom DeLonge.
Weird.
Yeah, Tim Armstrong had it. Like, So it started in like actual punk, and then it just kind of got more extreme when it got into the pop punk.
Well, it was weird because there was a moment there. I blame Green Day for this, because Green Day was a punk band. They were playing
100%.
Gilman Street, and like they were playing with Rancid. Like they were a punk band. And when they signed to whatever that label was that put out Dookie,
Yeah.
they turned that sound into pop punk. And like all of the stuff that they were doing.
Was it Reprise? Yeah, it was Reprise.
Was it? And I can't remember if their EP before that was on Reprise or not.
It looks like their first. Okay, this is gonna sound like such hipster douchebaggery. Just the fact that I'm about to utter 3 words. I'm pretty sure Dookie was their first major label release.
Well, I
I feel like such a douchebag just for uttering the words major label release.
I mean,
Because there are so many bands that I use that term about. And it like I feel dirty inside just saying it.
that's fair. Pop punk was weird. It was a weird thing, especially to like be a part of all of that.
Although
Yeah, it was like "Here in My
I have
Bedroom" was
been-
Everclear, which was that was a really good song. Here in my bedroom, I can turn my lights off.
I've been absolutely loving the TikTok country pop punk crossover time that's been going on, because like
I'm horrified.
they're dude, country songs and pop punk songs are this. Hello, dog.
Sure, blaming the
ma'am?
dog.
Are you all right under there? She's like trying to get comfortable on her bed, but she whacked her head on my desk.
You're right. It was Goldfinger. My bad. I always get Goldfinger and Everclear mixed up. I don't know why. I think it's because their lead singers looked the same back in the day.
I mean, well, so that's the funny part. Major label actually carries more weight because they're all owned by the same like 4.
Yeah. I mean, when I think of major label, I think of, well, I guess it's 3 now, right? Because the one went under.
Yeah, because the one went under. That's right.
So you have like three main labels, and then all of the subsidiary labels that they spin off for their bigger stars.
Yep.
Father of Mine was Everclear.
What are we down to now? Universal, Sony, and Warner. That's it.
Because we lost EMI.
And BMG.
Oh, and BMG. Yeah. Pop punk was an industry plant. No, pop punk was a sellout.
Pop punk was 100% a sellout.
Because there were too many boys and there were no girl pop punk bands, so the pop punks were all sellouts.
The girl
Riot
pop
Girls.
The girl pop punk bands showed up later,
Right.
when they were industry plants.
Right. Well, and all the Riot Girls were industry plants.
Well, yeah,
All of them.
obviously.
Yeah. Which is just funny to say because like the whole Riot Girl movement is so so not. Avril Lavigne died.
100% industry plant.
Avril
Oh
Lavigne
yeah, that's
died
right. She was replaced by
her best friend,
yeah,
who used to go on tour with her.
and it's the best friend that married Chad Kroger.
Yes, and now she's putting new music out now that actually is not bad.
Right.
I hate that her music's
Not
never
actually all that
really
surprising.
her music's so oddly enough. You mentioned Four Non Blondes earlier. The song that made her famous was written by the lead singer of Four Non Blondes.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Nice.
which I keep forgetting. I believe Four Non Blondes just put a new album out.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they came back together.
They made a pandemic album?
Yeah, they put their band back
Everybody else
together. Was it acoustic? Maybe I read that wrong. Maybe I dreamed that. I can see me dreaming that.
Dreaming for, oh, it could be.
Yeah, still just the one album. Never mind.
Okay.
She was her producer. Yeah, well, she was, but she does a lot of songwriting when she does producing. What's still going on? It's still, I still am screaming. I'm still screaming from my front porch. The screaming never stopped.
Oh, should we take a minute and have
Yes.
the people think about what they've done?
Yes, maybe you'll come back from your liminal space that you're living in right now.
Yes. Obviously, the word of the day is sellout plant.
Sell
Sell plant? Industry out.
Industry out. Sell plant.
Yes.
Sell
That's
plant. Industry out. I want to keep. What is the doors from Walking Dead? The first episode of Walking Dead, and they say keep something dead inside, but you can read it either way. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back. While we're gone,
I went pixelated apparently.
you did. You were in a liminal space there for a minute.
It happens.
While we're gone, I would like you to.
Ma'am, what are you doing?
She's trying to work that fart out.
She is not comfortable, and she just like she has moved her bed from like one side of the room to the other.
She doesn't know what you're doing, man. This talking at your computer is just, it's too much.
Yeah, she's a lot today.
While we're gone, what's your favorite
What's your favorite industry plant?
oh yeah, who's your favorite industry plant? What's your favorite
Actually, that could be kind of, what is your favorite 90s boy band?
ooh. Okay.
You got to come up with one because everybody's got one, even if they don't know it yet.
Okay, we'll be right back with the answer to that question. And here's where I end the stream. We're back.
Okay, dude, that is not Windows 3. Windows 3 would never support that many colors.
Yeah, that was way too many colors.
So
That has to be 95, right?
I think it's 95 because 90.
It actually really
90?
looks like Windows 2000.
It does look more like 2000 than anything.
Like server version.
But we wouldn't run on 2000 because we would. Which one had the green start button? Windows
XP had the circle.
Start. Oh, maybe it was XP. Yeah, XP had the green start button.
It's like, which one was one of the green star button? Yeah. Yeah, that was when they went with the circle that was all big and up over the thing. It was stupid. And then they were like, that was a really bad idea. So they undid it the next time around because that was dumb. What am I looking for? Where are you? And hi, Bad Pixie. What's shaking? It has been a minute.
Oh, Vista Vista changed everything and no one liked it.
Vista was a horrible piece of software, is why.
I don't mind 11. Like I've been using one of the computers at church that we do our streaming on. It has 11, and it's not bad.
I like 11. I've actually really enjoy it. I think that they shot this. They released this. They were like, God, it's so bad. They did this thing where they're like, we don't understand why Windows 11 isn't as popular as Windows 10 during the rollout. And everyone's like, you do realize that you forced people to upgrade their hardware. Like, not everyone can do that. What do you expect to happen? And they were like, oh, yeah. It was 100 degrees here, supposed to drop to almost 30 degrees tomorrow. I can't wait for it. So what was everyone's favorite boy band? We never... What was your favorite boy band of the 90s?
I ain't gonna lie. I liked Backstreet Boys.
Okay. They're back. All right.
They are.
Backstreet's back. All right.
I like the Backstreet Boys. What can I say?
I didn't like any of them. I did own a New Kids on the Block album on vinyl. My parents, when they bought my record player, I think just asked the people to counter what the most popular record was, and they were like, New Kids on the Block. So I got a New Kids on the Block record.
Is Smash Mouth a boy band? Does that count?
They are a band of boys.
I mean,
on cassette.
by that logic, then the Four Seasons count.
I mean, Earth, Wind, and Fire, man.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm just naming bands with men in it. Like, it's a boy
there's
band.
a lot of them.
I mean, technically, the Jackson 5 would be... I guess if they're related, they're not. They can't really be a boy band, right?
Yeah, because family bands are different.
Yeah,
they're just
different.
their own little piles of mess.
Yeah, it's weird. Of the 90s.
I mean, I guess by that argument, wouldn't Limp Bizkit be a boy band?
I mean, I'm down with that. I'm down with calling Limp Bizkit anything. The Monkees, I'll give you. If we're gonna, if we go outside of the 90s, then the Monkees, hands down, my favorite boy band ever. Sugar Ray. Dude, the lead singer of Sugar Ray is like, did you ever see him when he was on musical Wheel of Fortune or whatever? Not Wheel of Fortune. Jeopardy. Musical Jeopardy, when they would bring all the musicians on. Dude is smart as fuck.
He's awesome on TikTok.
So smart.
He has a really good TikTok.
I haven't seen his TikTok. I just remember him when they would do that. Mark McGrath. Smart as hell. And like knew everything about music.
He always just makes me like, I always think he's Vanilla Ice at first. And then he's like, definitely not.
And then when he opens his mouth, he doesn't sound like a drooling moron.
Yeah, exactly.
Like these white guys all look the same. See, ours goes na 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 na, and his goes na 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 na.
Oh, Beastie Boys.
Oh,
it is in the name.
It's true. But they were in a punk band first. The Beastie Boys were punk to begin with, so they're just sellouts, right?
Well, and it does crack me up that like I feel bad for the Beastie Boys because like their biggest song they wrote
as a
piss off their
joke.
label.
Literally as a joke.
Yep.
It's hilarious to me. Do the rap ninja. Here we go. Go. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite thing was Sugar Ray's first album, or at least hit, had radio friendly stuff, and then it was all hardcore shit after that. Yeah. They didn't sell out, they bought in. Okay. Can we have a moment about the Beastie Boys for real? Like,
they were.
How did they do that? Because they legitimately, I don't know a single person.
Truly the question. How did they do that?
Yeah, they were literally like punk kids from New York who put together a punk band with the woman who ended up being the drummer for L7 or Luscious Jackson, and put out punk albums, and then all of a sudden like took over hip hop. And even like I remember when Vanilla Ice came out and everyone was like, white people shouldn't be rapping except the Beastie Boys.
Yeah, and the Beastie Boys,
okay.
they're like, well, but then because there are a couple folk like Eminem, Beastie Boys that everyone's just like, no, they're cool.
Right. Like they're fine. That's fine. Those guys, just fine. Which I feel like it's changed quite a bit since Eminem hit. Like, I think he knocked that wall down. Because now you have some, like, there's a lot more room. Didn't they have a really cool orgs? I think they did. I can never remember. I always confuse them. No, they're women. Oh, yeah. So they would be industry plants. You're right. Sorry, I got confused for a second. Our own rules fell apart. Mm-hmm. Did I ever hear the Vanilla Ice metal? Yes, I was.
Yeah, it is everything you'd think it would be.
Yeah. That Florida album on Spotify is Fly, had 100 million listens, and the rest looks like maybe 1 million for the rest of the album total. Something open for Beastie Boys and Tupac. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
That was a weird scene. That had to have been a really weird scene. Like, I don't know. East Coast.
Yeah.
I don't know what was happening in the East Coast. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, like and then they like went on and made like electronic music, and everyone was like, okay, yeah, sure. And then they're like, no, we're gonna do a funk song, and they're like, okay, yeah, sure. It's like, okay, fuck.
What do you want? You get to do it all.
They're amazing. And they actually turned out to be decent people. Like they never did they never got canceled yet. I mean, I guess they still
gotta throw in that disclaimer, like it's not too late.
Because it seems like every time I talk about someone on this stream, they end up doing something stupid the next day.
Well, so if Luscious Jackson turns out to have done something stupid, we'll all blame you.
It's all my fault. Wet leg. You're in for it.
Well, they're industry plants too.
They are. There has to be something. I'm gonna start making t-shirts again, I think, because I really do want a t-shirt that says Biden made me a leftist. And I think we should also have
what was the other one? F branded?
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, it was just straight up fuck Brandon, right? Because
I think because
because then it was an Uno reverse of let's go Brandon, be like fuck Brandon, and the horse he rode in on to the moon. I don't know why we had a conversation today about flat Earth, and I don't know.
I feel bad for even mentioning this.
Oh God, here we go.
Obviously, he would have ridden a camel.
What?
Because of how everybody mispronounces the vice president's name. It came in with it.
Yeah. Kamala.
Because they all none of them can say her name. So it's up.
which we did. Okay, can we say we did do some good in the last since we streamed? Well, we didn't personally do shit, but
Someone did. Oh yeah, they did the thing.
They did the thing. They the first black female Supreme Court justice.
Yep,
which is
very
step
cool.
in the right direction.
Stupid Mittens Romney making me like him, and I hate it.
I know.
I hate everything about it.
I know.
Like,
What is
literally
happening?
by doing the absolute bare minimum of decency. Like, I like Mittens, and I don't want to like Mittens.
No, I'll never like him. I think he's doing. Sure, you're doing better.
But like, he's doing the absolute bare minimum of human decency. But like, the bar is so low at this point that it seems like he's going above and beyond.
Like the video of him clapping, like
When everyone else is just walking
packing
out.
their shit up and leaving, and I was just like, what just
Oh,
happening?
we like Barlazy's side topic.
Yes, give us
I'm
a
ready
side
whenever.
topic. Can I do it in a creepy voice?
Sure. Do use your creepy voice.
That's the wrong voice.
I don't know what is that. The ring mod?
No.
There's a doubler. What is
Is
happening?
that what that was?
Oh.
That had a really weird,
Here's a
like high
doubler.
frequency something.
Yeah, I think that was the.
Oh, there's your reverb.
This is
Holy
this is
cow.
technically a doubler. So like if I
That's
was
what-
singing, because there's like a lower tone to it.
Sounds like there's a crap ton of reverb.
There is, and
Oh,
some pitch differences too. Because like I can hear a very low voice in here.
oh, okay.
I don't know why the detune. Oh, hold on. It's like where's my?
Just don't press the
detuner?
delay.
Yeah, the delay does bad things to. I need to put in a ticket. So the detuner. Why? Oh, here we go.
They, so what we want to do
Yeah. So when
the power inside yourself.
I need to go back to chipmunk mode.
All you need to do is give me $9.95 a month, and I'll send you a cassette every month. And when you listen to it while you sleep, you will
Only
become,
$9.95?
yes, the perfect you that you've ever been.
That's like, do I get a discount if I pre-subscribe for an entire year?
No, it costs more. It's a money thing. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
so it's okay. So it's like 150 for the year or $9.95 a month.
Yes, but then at the end of the year, if you pay the $9.95 at the end of the year, you have to pay an extra $25.
Okay.
Unless it's on a Tuesday, and then you don't have to pay the $20.
But what if it's like a Thursday?
Then you have to pay the $20. Unless it's the third Thursday of the month, then it's $30.
So if the end of the month is the third Thursday.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right. So based on the questions,
There we go. I can't. It's too much. Based on the questions, certain Republicans are asking the nominee. Talk is that when Supreme Court overruns Roe, the next culture battle they want to overturn is gay marriage. Yes, that is.
That's yeah. So there's a thing that hasn't happened that really should happen and really should have happened back in the 70s, but never actually happened. They never, I don't think they ever actually wrote anything that said that like gay marriage is legal. It's just not illegal.
Right.
Because they did that with abortion. They never actually wrote anything that said it was legal. It's just not illegal.
Right.
which is different.
Yes. Which leaves it open to.
Yeah, which is why all of these, like, why all these different states are passing these super. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because they're already fighting the all this stuff with the, like, so like Utah passed the thing that like trans women can't compete in girls sports, you know, which affected a whole of one person
Right.
who of course like immediately is suing, but like because that's how this process is supposed to work. The ACLU's on it.
Right.
But
I
like,
was surprised our governor vetoed the our version of the "Don't Say Gay" thing. He
Really?
vetoed it today. I don't think it's going to matter. He's just because the way our veto system works, he can be overruled with a vote, which will happen because everyone here is.
oh, well, apparently he vetoed a 15-week abortion ban too.
Oh, maybe that was what it was. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I don't know. He did
I do-
something.
I do like all this stuff with the teachers who are looking at the "Don't Say Gay" bill and like, well, apparently we can't talk about gender at all. So you're all theys.
And you can't talk about your
Everybody's a
mom or
them.
your dad.
Nope.
We can't read any books
Can
that
only,
refer
we
to
can
gender.
only talk about your parents. Can only talk about you children.
It's just so dumb. I swear, it's like they never think it through. They're so busy worrying about attacking other people, they never stop to think, this can be turned around on us. Technically, we are breaking these same rules that we're about to pass.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
don't know.
it's yeah.
I wouldn't be
The whole
shocked
thing is
if gay marriage gets made illegal again or whatever.
they'll try their darndest. But like, what sucks about it is
Oh yeah, your parents
like
are partners.
you get to, because of these people who keep doing this, like they're going to end up ruining it for themselves.
Mhm.
Because like I saw a statistic the other day that like 30% of Gen Z finds themselves in the alphabet mafia.
Mhm.
Like if 30% say they're part of the alphabet mafia, that means like just about everybody is going to be on board with the alphabet mafia.
Mhm.
Because if you put
Yep.
3 of them in a room, one of them is part of the alphabet mafia. One of them probably hates the other 2, and the third one's on board.
Mhm. Which is enough. That's 2/3 of a vote. That's all you need. Who cares about the rest of them? No, it's going to
Like
be
the saddest thing
interesting.
is they don't realize they've lost.
Yeah, no,
Think.
they'll take it to their graves. We have to outlive
Well,
them. That's the only way to do it.
At
It's
this
that-
rate, I'm starting to think they'll never die.
I know, right?
Like they'll never go away.
So I have another thing that just tangent, but I need to. So it'll be interesting if they do anything with gay marriage, because you will have years and years and years of people getting married that all of a sudden are not going to be married anymore. Like, how does
Right,
that work
like that's-
legally? Like, there's so much stuff that would break.
Wasn't there some idiot trying to bring back an interracial marriage ban?
Yes, because that's
Like,
the same fucking people. It's the same people. Like, that's what people don't understand, is that like you can't, the people who are trying to
you can't
undo
unring that bell.
I mean, I guess it's like breaking the seal, or that thing of, if you drop a plate and it breaks and you apologize to it, is it fixed? That's trauma.
They're no longer married. No, they wouldn't get taxes back because they'd lose the tax break for being married. So that
They owe
that's
more
how it's gonna pass.
taxes?
They'd owe more taxes. Ugh.
But if they do that, they're going to word it in a way that nullifies a bunch of straight marriages too, because that's how they fucking do things.
When Utah did their gay marriage ban, they basically they outlawed common law marriages too.
It's so, I just don't understand how can you wake up every morning with a list of people to attack, basically, right? Like your entire existence is doing things to fuck up other people's lives that have nothing to do with you, and still feel morally superior at the end of the day. Going, I'm doing the right thing. I will never understand it.
I think it all comes down to the same reason that so many dudes are terrified of gay men, because they expect that if they're not in charge anymore, that everyone will do to them what they've tried to do to everyone else. They're terrified that they will be treated like they treat women.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I can.
And instead of going, maybe that means I should not treat people that way.
Right.
They go, I just need to treat people worse so that I'm always in charge.
Right. These old people passing these laws is the equivalent of farting in an elevator right before you get off. Those left behind will have to deal with the consequences of what you did, right? Every Me Too moment is a guy trying to control something, but unable to control themselves. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're the problem, 100%, mm-hmm. And specifically us, right? White guys. Well, okay. We at least don't fall into the full category. I mean, technically, right. Andy's the problem. Andy and Barlazy, you guys are the problem. You straight white guys.
We're only mostly the problem.
We're only mostly the problem, right? We only see, all dudes. I mean, yeah. I am willing to be on the list because I understand that it is on the list.
I would fully accept being yeeted into the sun and being included in just yeeting all men into the sun. I'm down. Just throw me in with the rest. I will take it. I will take this one for humanity.
The same way that someone said, here's a button. If you hit this button, it's going to wipe out humanity. Everything else will stay the same, but it'll wipe humanity out. I'll go. It's fine. Sorry, gang. This is where the train stops. Me hitting this button. Shit, what was the thing that I was gonna... There was something... Oh, man. It was gonna be good,
gays.
too. No.
Trans people.
No, are you just listing off types of people now? Furries.
No, not them.
Not them. Never furries.
Not them.
Whatever the question is, the answer is never furries.
The answer is never.
We accept all people except furries. That's the line that I draw.
That is where Just Sater's YouTube channel becomes exclusionary.
That's what I'll end up getting canceled for.
We're okay. We're okay with it. We just don't want you rubbing that lifestyle in our face.
Right. I don't see why you have to have parades. And a furry parade. Can you imagine the smell? Because parades are always in June, right?
Everyone that is.
But isn't Pastor an otter
send
furry?
Your comments to show@justsater.
I'll just forward it to you. It's fine.
I'm getting older and less otter-like as time goes on.
I mean, that happens. That's the point.
I mean right? look at this. This is not. This is solidly leaving otterdom.
But that's the point is that otters are the entry level. Over time, an otter slowly becomes a bear. I think
that is
you're
true.
entering that bear phase.
I'm just maturing.
Maturing into your final form.
Yeah.
Furry parade should be in winter.
In time,
yes.
I too will be a polar bear.
Furry parade should be in winter so that nobody goes to them. Oh, that's what. So there was talk I saw recently about putting an age limit on people that can run for Senate.
Like an upper limit?
Yes. So that like once you're this old, you can no longer affect laws in this country because you're not going to, that whole farting in the elevator thing. Like you're not going to be around. So you're in it for you right now. Like you don't give a shit about anyone else. And I think that's a huge problem that we have is the age, the average age of the people who are making the decisions is way too high.
Average age of U.S. Congress. Average age of members of the House is 57.6, of senators 62.9.
I mean, it's too old. And it's fucking old white rich dudes. Like the last people that we need to be making decisions. Ugh.
Half of the U.S. Senate is over 65.
Joe Manchin enters the chat.
It is not the oldest that it's ever been, but it's the oldest in a while.
I mean, I don't know. When people don't understand, like when they were
Oh gosh.
whenever they do any of the hearings with technology people and they're trying to figure out Facebook and they're asking questions to Mark Zuckerberg.
It doesn't even need to be like technology stuff. Like shouldn't they have people to at least like tell them what things are? Like
no, they just need to not be making these kinds of decisions. Yeah, all the young people entering Congress are MAGA people. I don't know. We got AOC. We just need more AOCs, right?
Well, there's the stripper running in Eastern PA.
I mean, just because she's a stripper.
No, she's running that's part of her platform.
No, I mean, but just because she's a stripper doesn't mean that she is like leans left.
Oh no, she's running as a Democrat.
At this point, they're all evil to me.
Right.
Again, I got pushed. At some point, I got pushed. I was far enough left already.
And TikTok moved you farther.
TikTok and guns, oddly enough. It's that horseshoe thing, man.
Well, that's the difference between a liberal and a leftist.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, among like
Couple
capitalism.
other things, yeah. Capitalism and the destruction of the government in general, I think, are some big ones.
But you know, guns. That's the big.
I think guns are the entry point for leftists.
Does that hit?
Yeah.
The entry point to leftism is guns.
Yes. It is. It's the gateway drug.
Okay.
That and minimum wage.
Yeah.
National minimum wage is the gateway drug to leftism. Leftist ideology. I like leftism.
Lefticism.
Lefticism. We left it back there. Lefticism. Yeah, I got the primary stuff or the midterm stuff is slowly winding up here, and I keep getting like texts and phone calls to like, would you like to answer a few questions?
I got asked. Oh, I gotta read you this text I got not too long ago. So it was from like random Utah number. Where is it? Because it was a good one. Scrolling through. So, hi, pastor's actual name. This is someone's name. A volunteer with the Utah Democratic Party. We're looking for folks in Brigham City to run for local office. Would you like info on how to run?
Wow.
I texted back, thanks for asking, but I don't actually live in Utah anymore.
I left because that state is way too far right. Vote my friend for Judge Kim Green.
So one of the things that's so funny, I was like, when we were moving out here, anybody who was like from Pennsylvania was telling us, oh, like it's real country up there. Like, and it's super conservative up there. We looked up some of the stats. Yeah, it's actually less conservative than where we came from.
I mean,
not by a lot, but by a significant amount.
That tracks.
The other thing that's funny is like everyone keeps wondering how we're liking the snow, and I'm like, we're from northern Utah,
like
not southern Utah.
You do realize Utah gets a fuck ton of snow too. Like there's places where people fly just to go like play in the snow. Mm-hmm. Do they have ski resorts out there? Is that a thing?
Apparently there's a couple. I can't picture them as being anything more than like a molehill.
Yeah. That's the weird, like we had snow and mountains.
Yeah. Not like old mountains, like young mountains.
Have you seen any Amish?
That's racist.
Wait, the Amish are a race now? When did that happen? Are they white?
So no, I have not seen any Amish, and yeah, like there are ancient mountains here, and that's why everything's so scary all the time.
That's where the elder gods live, under the old mountain.
They just they settled there many lots of moons ago.
All of the moons.
That one wasn't the dog. That one was Mrs.
Is she not comfortable in her bed either?
She's not comfortable in her bed either.
Dragging it across the room.
I've gravely offended the puppy dog.
Oh, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, we're having family fun time in here apparently.
Pastor Satyr 2024, our Lord and Satyr.
Yeah, but that would mean we'd like want to run for office.
I mean, it would be fun. I think it would be hilarious.
Oh, dude, I don't want to have to like go through all of that. Like, can you imagine the stupid questions we would get from people? Like,
dude, I would love it. I would love it.
Oh.
I would revel in answering the weirdest questions. Have you ever done drugs? Which ones? Because it's probably yes.
Legal or illegal?
Yeah, which one are we talking about? Have you ever done intravenous drugs? Yes, they put me under when they fixed my wrist. Next question.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Have you ever done anything immoral? Yes. Today? What time is it? It's not today. It's still early though. Have you done the drugs?
Maybe later.
All the drugs. Do you have any? Is that what you're asking? I would love some drugs. I'm on drugs right now. My doctor gives them to me so I don't kill myself. Next question. It would be so much fun. Let's do it. How do you run for office? What office can I run for?
I'm pretty sure you actually just like pay your county clerk some money and you can run for office. Like, I think it's that easy.
How funny would that be if I just got on the ballot and people voted for me just to not vote for someone else and I ended up getting a job in the government? That would be hilarious.
Have you ever danced with the devil in the full moonlight?
Yeah. I always ask that of all my prey. I just like the sound of it.
You should run for school board. That's what you should run for.
Do you have to be around kids? I wouldn't want to be around kids. That would be
actually, that's the best part.
Nice. But you have to like deal with their angry parents, right?
Well, yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I want to do that.
For a second, I thought you said we need more ACOs, and I was like, what is an ACO?
Actually coral. What's my platform? It's about 6 inches high. Next question. I love how scared they are of her. Absolutely
Do you
love it.
run to be a leader of a cult? Or does it just happen?
I think it just happens. That one lady joined that cult, and they just decided that she was the Messiah and started worshiping her. And then she died, so they wrapped her in something and just carried her from California to Colorado, and then they like her body mummified, but they like kept worshiping.
Well, there was that
her
weird.
and-
There was that weird mummification cult in Utah.
like that mummified people on purpose.
Yeah, that mummified people on purpose.
Oh, this one just got mummified because they kept her around after she died.
Oh, okay.
Because they said she still talked to them.
They just have crazy Baptists out here.
Fucking crazy Baptists everywhere. What's that about?
Yeah, there's a lot of them out here, though.
That's weird.
I told you about the dude that told me that me and my family are going to hell, right?
Oh no! Why are you guys going to hell?
Did I not? Did I not tell you about that?
No.
Oh man,
What did you do? Oh wait, maybe
I
you did.
answered the door and I talked to him
because he was from another church. You said you wrote.
Yeah.
You wrote the pastor of that church, didn't you?
Yeah, he never said anything. I'm guessing I was a sermon illustration from how good they are at preaching to the heathen and the persecution they all get.
Look, we made this one a pastor already. He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy.
Good job.
Yes. I think it would be fun to run for office, some sort of office. I don't know. I think it would be funny if I accidentally my way into Senate.
I mean, you could be the. President of Ukraine. He played the president and then he became the president.
That's true. I just found out one of my friends is in what's that show? The Stephen King show?
The Langoliers.
No, about the city.
No, not that one.
The city up north. Fuck. I'm gonna have to
The city that never sleeps. Marconi plays the mambo. Listen to the radio.
what is it called? Castle Rock.
Oh,
I just found out one of my friends is an extra in Castle Rock. He's been on it twice.
oh, right on.
Yeah. Pretty
What
cool.
church? I am a Lutheran pastor.
He's one of those.
Yes.
I don't know what that means. I don't know.
Oh, depending on which kind of Lutheran you talk to, it's always a bad thing, though.
All I really know
Lutherans
about it
are
is it's like
feisty.
Catholicism, but without as much guilt.
Wait, you get pension and health care for life if you end up in the Senate for one term?
Yeah,
Well, shoot, I want to run for Senate now.
but we can't have socialized healthcare. Not for you people.
Only for the Senate.
Not for you people. How funny would it be if I came up with this super right wing platform and ran for Senate and ousted Turtle Man by being super right wing, and then as soon as I got in, just been like, nah, that's a joke. I just wanted him
Oh
out.
yeah, I did hear about that, Reaper. It was one of the insurrectionists.
Yeah. Unless he starts dropping names, I don't actually believe it. I think he was just talking shit on a podcast.
I mean, he does say a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's one of the ones that believes that there's a pizza place that
He's one of them QAnon peoples. Fucking psychos.
Yep.
I still find it odd that they haven't figured out yet that the QAnon guy is an actual pedophile. He's a real pedophile, and he's telling you to go look for other pedophiles so that you don't figure out that he's a pedophile.
Yeah, obviously.
Whatever.
That makes perfect sense.
Whatever.
I don't understand what.
But it's the Illuminati. It's the Illuminati, man. Yeah.
No, it's not the Illuminati. It's Antifa. Everything is Antifa.
I changed my my images on my phone, like my little lock screen image. It's got a little thing there. This one says, "Black is midnight, black is pitch, blacker than the foulest witch," which is from a movie. And then for my background, I don't know if you can see it back there. It's like a pentagram with a goat.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like a
Nice.
thing. I figure that should keep people from digging through my phone. It's the devil.
While you look at things on Chrome.
Because Chrome's the devil.
No, well, I mean, kind of. By association? Chrome's the devil by association.
Okay.
Because Chrome's so gay.
Oh, right. Forgot
Which
about
means
that.
it's the devil.
Yes, because gay browsers are the devil.
Yep.
I mean, I think that does happen, but yeah, I probably wasn't invited to those parties. I'm sure they've vet a little more. Yeah, they're not going to invite someone that's going to go on a podcast and talk about it.
Unless they're playing 4D chess. So, like, they know that he knows that they know, but nobody's going to believe him. So then they can still have him because nobody's going to believe him.
Okay.
So we can, like, tell everybody
you-
about it.
Do you really think that there's that much going on up there?
I mean, I think there's that much cocaine going on up there.
Cocaine? Sure.
Have you
Next
have you
question.
met cocaine?
I have met cocaine. Next question.
Will you be going to cocaine fueled orgies?
So, my socialist TikToker that I follow, or communist TikToker that I follow, which I finally know the difference between socialism and communism. It took me forever. But they did the math on if all of us made the same amount of money in the U.S., like if everybody that lived in the U.S. made the same amount of money, like they just equalized it across the board, how much do you think it would be?
6 figures?
Yeah.
High 6 figures?
Nah.
Mid 6 figures?
Nah.
Low 6 figures?
It's enough.
Okay.
It's $150,000.
Oh yeah, that's
year.
definitely more than I'm making right now.
Yeah. So that's the money that's being taken out of our pockets
Wait,
by the
hold
people
on.
at the top. We could all be making $150,000 a year.
So the numbers I'm looking at are very different.
What are you looking at?
So like
I
the
don't like your
average the average wage that I'm seeing is like 52,000 and the median's 34.
I think that's not taking something into account though, and I can't remember what it is.
Okay.
What was it? Do. Yeah, I like that one too. I'm still down for the rich man, but maybe that could be my platform.
Mhm.
I can run for Senate on the platform of let's eat the rich and pinata the most rich man in the U.S. every year.
Like how would that just seems significantly higher than the other numbers I've seen.
I'm wondering if it's newer numbers because a lot of money has been made in the last 3 years.
I mean, that is true.
These people, fucking Quora.
Ugh.
If everyone in the US were paid the same wage and everyone over 18 was paid that wage, what would each person earn? And the first response is less than $1 an hour. In this arrangement, there would be no incentive to be voluntarily productive. Dude, these fucking people, they just do not understand the human condition.
So here's... We tried paying everyone the same salary and it failed. But so nothing's explaining why it failed. Because it's starting to sound like he tried to pay everyone the same, and then people got mad because, like,
voluntary productivity. Such a weird way to word shit.
Is oh, so it's not that he decided to offer everyone the same salary. It's that he decided to offer like people with like he decided that he wasn't going to look at market values at all and pay software developers, salespeople, and clerical workers all the exact same. So people who the market pays more didn't want to work for him because, like, yeah, he was getting too many applications for the roles he was overpaying and not enough applications for the roles he was under. Like, yeah,
right? Because
that's not the experiment failing.
That's your concept of the experiment failing.
Yeah,
like, it's not about paying. Whatever. I can't even brain it. I don't. Makes me angry. Like, you literally just pay everyone in the company the same amount of money. That's as difficult as it is. Like, everybody gets the same amount of money. Period.
Well, but that's what he tried, and that's what didn't work.
That's not what it said, though. That is not what it said. What he tried was paying other people the same amount of money, which means he was still making more money than all of them.
Well, no, like he offered everyone £36,000 a year. So it was the UK.
Okay.
But like he got way too many applications for clerical positions because that 36,000 a year was overpaying compared to what everyone else was doing.
And
then he didn't he kept losing software developers because no one would go to work for him because they could all get better paying jobs at other companies.
See, something's still not right, though, because there's no way he had a software development company, and if he took all of the profit from the company and split it up equally between all the people, it came out to $30,000. There's no fucking way.
Oh, well, he wasn't doing that.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying.
No, he wouldn't
That's
do
the
that.
point. Because when you do that, you end up paying people a lot of money to do their job.
Well, right.
Because all of that money that you're fleecing off the top of your workers goes back into the people.
Well, right. That's true. That's true.
I drove by Del Taco recently. They had a now hiring banner that said they were paying more than what I make at my city job, and took a picture of it jokingly to my boss saying I'm quitting. Don't joke about that, dude.
No.
You go in and you say, I want a raise because I can literally go work at Del Taco and make more money than I'm making right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty much. That's how that goes.
And if they say no, we don't want to do that, then you quit.
Then
and
you
go
go
work at Del Taco.
Plus, at Del Taco, you get
free tacos.
Free gastroenteritis.
Fuck yeah, buddy.
Gastroenteritis.
Gastro.
You get free poop, is what I'm saying.
Yay.
You get free
poop.
expulsion of the poops.
All of the poop.
Because it's Del Taco. I love Del Taco, but it does not love me.
I've never eaten at Del Taco. Only problem is that I work a city job. I can't get a raise unless approved by city council.
Wait, you don't even have like steps and lanes?
What is a step in a lane?
It's a government thing. Like you can't, so like your job is just what it is? Because like you should be able to just like move in your, oh, you're at the highest level. Okay, you hit the level cap.
Well, it seems like,
and so you need to roll a new character.
yeah. So that's when you go, you go to your boss and you say, hey, I can go make more money at Del Taco. So either you need to go talk to city council or move me to a position that makes more money.
Which nothing will happen with city council.
Well, that's fine. They still have other options, bro. They can move you to a position where you make more money. Remember the job that you applied for, that you had all the stuff for, but then they said you didn't? I remember.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. What is this step? Like, it's like tiers? I hit level cap.
Kinda, yeah.
3 years into working for the city, I just had my 17-year and so you've made the same amount of money for the last 17 years? That can't be right.
You probably got cost of living adjustments, but
Well, you should get cost of living adjustments every day. Also, Del Taco doesn't offer full benefits. I bet they do if you work full time.
I think they have to if you work full time.
But they probably just don't work people full time, right?
Probably. Yeah, so a lot of government jobs, like everything's set up like a spreadsheet, and they'll be like, basically it's like each job gets like a classification that's like a whole salary path, and the more you like, the longer you're there, you get a different level.
So how have they kept you there for 17 years if you capped out 3 years in? No cost of living increases.
You don't get cost of, oh.
We did recently get a pay raise, the first in my entire time working for the, so you've made the same amount of money for 17 years?
Dude.
What? Dude, go work at Del Taco. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like get yourself a good ACA plan from the California marketplace and like go work at Del Taco.
Holy shit, bro.
Like you can
'Cause
get a
there's
good plan
no
that has
way.
like dental and vision too. Go work at Del Taco.
Every year that goes by that you don't get a raise, they are taking money away from you. You are making less money now than you did. And after 17 years, if you've only gotten one raise, you are making less money than when you started there.
Like unless that medical plan is free healthcare for everything, go work at Del Taco.
Yeah. Or anywhere else. Holy shit. Go get a job at a grocery store or something, bro. Good Lord, there's so many jobs right now. You have your pick of the litter. And you can literally walk in, and if you don't like it, you can just leave. And like, it's normal
Yeah.
now. My God, man. Any pay raises have to be approved by city council, who doesn't approve it because the citizens who voted them in have a poor view of city workers.
Right.
That doesn't matter.
That's why you go work at Del Taco.
Right. That's not a reason for you to stay and be mistreated for 17 years. Like, that's a reason to not stay at that job. Or to go to your boss and say, I need to be moved to a position where I'm making more money. Like, or I'm going to go work. Like, you threaten that you're going to go work at Del Taco, and then when they don't like it, you don't go work at Del Taco. You go take that 17 years of experience to a non-government job.
So I just got a text from Mrs. Pastor, who, mind you, is right over there.
Right.
And she sends me this text, and I'm kind of curious what the stream is going to answer this question, because I apparently got it right. What is a sanitary napkin?
What is a sanitary napkin? Is this a trick question?
I don't think so.
Okay. Is it because a lot of people don't know what that is?
Apparently, especially the menfolk.
Okay. I feel like that's a napkin to wipe your privates. Oh.
I mean, okay, so we got a
wet
napkin
wipe.
to wipe your privates.
Wow.
A wet wipe.
Wow. Okay. I guess I know something you don't know.
Apparently. I mean,
Wow.
Reaper's technically close.
A wet napkin. I mean, at some point it does get wet, kind of.
Right. And like, Reaper is close,
So,
but
like,
also so very far away.
So if you were dating a girl and she said, "Can you get me a sanitary napkin?" you would bring them a wet wipe?
Would you just like bust out a moist towelette that you stole from Buffalo Wild Wings? Like, because that would not do the job.
I mean, it might. I don't know. I don't know enough about what
Dude,
goes
have
on
you
down
met
there.
those moist towelettes? Like would not do the job.
I mean, they're not very
And it would
absorbent.
sting. Like,
No,
it would
not the wet
definitely
wipe.
sting.
Okay, so you would bring them a wet napkin.
Yeah, like what would you bring?
Oh, what happened to sex ed in schools? What the hell?
They can't do it. Schools can't do it. That's what happened.
Yeah, but Andy's my age, so I need to know what the excuse there is.
Well, and I don't know where Barlazy went. I figured he would know.
Oh, I'm sure he does. It's sold as wet wipes at grocery stores. It's for wiping the ass and vajayjay. That's not a sanitary napkin.
That's not a sanitary napkin, dude.
No. I know what you're talking about. That's not a sanitary napkin. I mean, maybe. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I mean,
Is it? Yeah.
I was just making sure. I was like, maybe the term is being used by two things at once, but no.
They used to be in one of the.
Until 2 months ago, I haven't dated for like 13 years. Okay, well.
What? I didn't have to. Sater knew what it was.
I just had to. I googled it to make sure that maybe they were calling something else sanitary napkins, and we were on the wrong side.
I remembered that, like, occasionally, like there were dispensers in places that you'd have to. Yeah, there you go, Andy.
Yes, they're also known as sanitary pads, which are also known as. I mean, just pads.
They're just pads, yeah.
See, I was always confused because I didn't know if sanitary napkin was like an umbrella term that also included tampons, or if it was just the pads. So it's just the pads.
I think it just means the pads, because a tampon's a tampon.
Right. But I didn't know that, like, because there are.
Oh, is it a catch-all?
Okay, that's what I thought. Because I'm pretty sure I've seen sanitary napkin disposal or dispensers that had tampons in them.
So sanitary napkin encompasses the whole universe. Okay, that's what I thought. That's why I was confused, because I was like, no, I'm pretty sure like sanitary napkin and tampon are two very different. Like, I know what they both are, but they're not like included in the same category. Okay.
Is she blushing?
Yeah, apparently they thought it was a wet wipe.
Yeah.
It's in the realm of possibility.
The napkin. I can get it because we don't use the napkin term very much anymore.
A moist towelette would be stingy. That's all I can think of.
How the fuck would you know?
I feel like that would be stingy.
I don't know. Like, if you stuck a moist towelette to your pee hole, would it sting?
I mean, I imagine it wouldn't be
I have no idea.
fun. I've never tried it.
I'm pretty sure I was taught that sanitary napkin was for wiping and pads were just pads, kind of like pop sola and soda.
What's a sola?
It's like a sun soda.
Oh, okay.
It's what you leave outside for too long. It's no longer a soda. It's now a sola.
Okay.
Or it's when you drink it by yourself.
Oh,
Solo
that
soda.
makes sense. A solo, yeah. So long story short, Reaper, you need to go work at Del Taco, man.
Yeah. That's for
That's
the only
for the OnlyFans.
Yeah, I don't know how they've kept you there, Reaper. Like, legitimately. That sounds
crazy,
abusive. I mean, it sounds like you're in a job that people are not supposed to be in for 17 years. Like that nobody expects anyone to stay there in that position for 17 years. The wet wipes don't alcohol, but it's more of a saline solution, mostly to be more effective wiping.
Just don't put them down your toilet because that leads to
No, that's bad.
clogs.
Yes, it's very bad. Very, very bad. Also, you have a dog. Don't throw the pads in the trash.
Oh yeah. No.
It's not a good thing. Dogs do bad things to put those pads.
Yeah.
Dude wipes seems like a sanitary napkin to be more than a pad. Hold on, dude wipes seems like a sanitary napkin to me more than a pad. I'm processing.
Okay.
I don't quite understand what that means.
I transferred from the landfill to the phone room. Wait, you took a pay cut?
So you are 100% making less money than when you started.
Del Taco.
Dude.
Like,
it sounds like you're still in a toxic work environment.
and for what you like, seriously, for what you would make at Del Taco, like you would probably get a pretty good tax break on the health plan through the marketplace.
Yeah. I don't know what dude wipes are. I'm assuming those are like the chicken wing napkins, only for your butthole.
I mean, I know about like I don't know specifically dude wipes, but like the baby wipes thing.
Well, and I know, okay,
the baby wipes.
so the sanitary napkin comes from before pads, when they were actually like cloth things that were like washed and reused, which is why the napkin thing is kind of the granddaddy word. You are looking for a new position in or out of the city. Yes, you should be doing that every day. And I would try to get out of the government because...
I mean, the health plans are really good, though.
They are. But you're going to make a fuck ton more money outside of the government right now.
I mean, that's true. What do you want to do with your life, Reaper?
Art.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Do art. Sell art. Make art. Please. I can't seem to do it, so you need to for me. So I can live vicariously through you.
What do you want to be while you're supporting yourself as a struggling artist?
Government has better benefits and retirement.
Well, and really, like,
rock.
So if you've been at the city for 17 years,
do I know Reaper?
You got 13 left? Is that how your city works?
Is it the 100-year thing? My mom had to do or my stepmom had to do 100 years. Like it was your age plus the amount that you worked plus
most of the government jobs I know of are straight 30. And then you have the option to retire with
you do not know Reaper other than in the chat, as far as I know. It would be really weird if you did know. Oh my God, so you're halfway done? You're just a little over halfway done? Dude, fuck that noise. Dude. Okay.
Oh,
How much?
you have to be 55. Okay.
How much money are you able to put aside for your retirement fund working at this job? When in 15
Well, no,
years,
when he hits 55 though, he gets full retirement.
yeah, but that's still
Like, it's
not
not-
enough to live off of. You still need $1 million. So will you be able to save $1 million in the next 15 years working at that job?
No, that's not how government retirement works. It's not about what you put into it.
No, I'm saying he needs to have a retirement fund that he's putting money into so that when he retires, he has money. Because the money that
his retirement plan is the government.
Right, but that's what I'm saying is that that's not a retirement plan. That is part of a retirement plan. Unless you want to live in a 1-bedroom apartment for the rest of your life, that is not a retirement plan.
Well, I mean, we are of the generation that we will never retire. We will die at our desks.
Yeah.
Because we will have no choice.
Yeah, I don't plan on retiring. There's no way I'm ever going to have that money. 20 years in and 55 age. Oh, I can't imagine.
I can't believe it's only 20.
I put some money in the city command. Right, 401k, right? So will you be able to have $1 million by the time you retire? Is that a feasible thing that you can do with your current situation?
I'm looking at my retirement.
Retirement, what's that? I actually just started mine again because I ate through my entire retirement over the last 2 years. I hope I can retire. Otherwise, I am putting my money in my. Why am I putting money?
I have a 403b.
Not in the city that you're in, right? Yeah, I'm gonna have to find something to let us work from home and out of state. Yeah, and that's what you should think about doing. Yeah, I don't know. I have a friend that lives out in California and he's having a tough time. And I'm like, dude, you work in tech, move. Keep your job there and fucking move.
You know, it always cracks me up when I look at so I pulled up my retirement account and I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, it's going down again. And I'm like, wait, no, that's actually good right now.
It's good that your retirement's going down?
Yeah, because then it's cheaper when the monthly payment goes in. I get more for the month, for what I
get what you're saying. That's a weird way to look at your retirement, though.
Well, because I'm not.
Yay, it's going down.
36 years.
I mean, that's true. The average rent in Kentucky, according to my research, is $550 a month. That is so insanely low to what I'm used to.
There's no way. That can't be right.
It's not. I mean, you could probably find a place for $550, but it's not going to be a good place. Well, okay. If you're talking about average for the entire state, if you're talking the entire state, then it probably is $550. But there's a lot of places around here in this state that you would not want to live. Like Lexington, it's probably closer to $1,500.
Even where we're at, we had such a bear of a time finding a place that wasn't above someone's barn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So do the average rent for Louisville.
I mean, you would only want to live in rural Louisville.
Rural Louisville. Yeah. So the average rent for on this
96.
Yeah, that still doesn't sound.
I guess well, hold on. What's the median rent? That's better.
Yeah, true.
Median monthly rent in Laurel is $880 in 2019 for guessing for a 1-bedroom.
Rent in Lexington is around $750 to $1,500, depending on how nice you like it. I lived in a room above someone else's garage. It was one of the nicest places I ever lived. 1 bedroom, $1,500. I mean, it's definitely going to be cheaper, but probably where you're not in like a major city, it's probably going to equal out to about the same as like Louisville or Lexington. But you have to think that whatever you're making, the people here working that same job are making less money.
Yeah. What is Lexington's county?
Fayette.
Fayette,
like Lafayette, but without the law.
but just Fayette.
Fayette County.
Finally, like every county but Fayette. Hancock County. Fayette County. Oh, it's one of the expensive ones.
Yeah, we're the second biggest city.
Where's Louisville?
Louisville? I don't know.
Could live in. Is there Bourbon County or is there just Bourbon Country?
No, there's a Bourbon County. Oddly enough, Bourbon County is a dry county.
Of course it is.
Louisville is, I don't know. Jefferson County. That's why I'm pushing to work from home and out of state. I could keep my current job and pay and live where it's cheaper. Yeah. I would not tell them that you're doing that.
Yeah, that's...
Tell them that you're moving just outside the city, just far enough away that you can't commute. Because if they find out that you're moving somewhere city, they'll cut your pay.
Yeah.
Although if it's a city job, they might not be able to. Right? Because he's making what he's making.
Yeah, because that'd have to be city council decision. They might vote to cut your pay, though.
Yeah, did the city council decide to cut your pay? Dude, that's so fucked up. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Nope. No, sir. Not one bit. I feel like I had something else I was going to say.
Probably not.
Probably not. I don't know what it was, though.
We could always call it a day.
Could.
I don't think there's an email.
There's no email. You're right. Nobody loves us. Problem is that we are only working temporarily from home, and it's not a full-time option. There's a lot of places who think it's not a full-time option yet. Yeah. They're learning
so
very
many
quickly.
middle managers that need to justify their existence.
Yeah. Yeah. Workforce is changing. What are you doing? I heard that giggle.
Apparently, someone found the vodka.
Lord, she in there getting drunk.
She is.
Lord have mercy.
She's got her hoodie up around her head, so all I can see is this much of her face, and then she's got her cup. She's got her cup full of vodka, and she's just going.
I mean, I've been there. We've all been there.
Haven't we all been there? She says she might have made that one too strong.
Workers are demanding that work from home be a permanent option. The sad thing is, like, a lot of businesses are on board too because they can stop paying stupid amounts of rent for office property.
And let's be honest, but the only people who are fighting to get rid of work from home is the people whose existence is having meetings about other people.
Which, I mean, technically still happens quite a bit because of Zoom. Fucking Zoom, man.
Right.
I have Zoom meetings every day now, which is a thing that I'm not used to. And then once a week we have a company Zoom meeting where everybody in the company gets on camera. It's the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life.
See, we have our weekly staff meeting. I mean, there's only like 4 of us, but it's still like, because it's good to go over like what's going on this week, what
Yeah.
kind of things are happening, what do we each need to do for the other person to make sure we can all do our jobs together.
Yes.
But like that's it.
Yeah.
Everything else is emails and texts.
Yeah, we have to do one of those every morning. Even though it doesn't change, like nothing changes. I think the city is looking into letting us work from home. It just has to go through a procedure to get it approved because, you know, city government.
I'm sorry, that's a procedure.
Procedure government. Procedure.
Dude, we all wish we had stock in Zoom before the
no
platypus.
shit. There's a fucking retirement fund. Man, people talk about like, what would you go back in time and tell yourself? Like, would it be Google stock? Would it be Apple stock? Fuck no, it'd be Zoom stock. Right before the pandemic, go buy all the Zoom stock, and then right about now, sell it all. I hate stand up so much. It's the biggest waste of time or effort ever.
What, y'all
Even
call
if
it
it's like 15
stand-up?
minutes.
Do you do jumping jacks?
No, because you have in most companies you have to stand up in a room in a circle. It's kind of changed since everything's gone virtual, but I mean, I get what it's supposed to do, but nobody does it right. Everybody does the like, what have you done and what are you doing thing, which is not the point of a scrum. Like, that's not what you're supposed to be doing. It's so backwards.
You're supposed to do manly things because rugby is a manly sport for manly men.
Scrummity scrum. We have our department quarterly meetings in Zoom and it's a mess. And then a monthly informal meeting. It should be async and a web app.
When I last worked in tech, which to be fair was 15 years ago now.
Back in my day.
Back in the olden times. Drunk Mrs. Pastor is reminding me that I'm turning 40 this year.
Oh, baby.
But back in my day, we never actually had meetings. Like, we literally just sent tickets to each other when we needed things.
I mean, that works too. Tickets.
But then we also did go out to lunch every Friday, so
Yeah.
like we didn't really like
we have a small enough team that like if everyone actually came to work, I don't know, there's a whole thing.
see, Andy knows what rugby's like. It's a manly sport for manly men.
It is man. The informal is just the trash collection and landfill. It's called Talking Trash with Men. Oh my god.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Someone named
I'll
Beverly
allow it.
who works in an office somewhere as someone's assistant came up with that and is very fucking proud of it.
Yeah, and I'll allow it. But that one gets a pass. For
I don't
government,
know,
that's
man.
good.
Today I learned I'm
No.
older than Pastor. You are. He's a baby.
Yep, I am a wee little one.
Us old heads, man, we're just hanging out with these young kids all the time. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, because you're so old, dude. You're ancient. You're colonoscopy old.
I mean, I am actually. I have another one this year because they found too many polyps last time, so I have to do the 2 years instead of 3 years because I'm at that point in my life. I think Pastor is older than me, way older. I'm always surprised at how old Reaper is because I think of Reaper as like a young kid.
Right, I like Reaper and like Reaper is Boris's age, right?
See, I think of Boris as a young kid too.
I mean, Boris was a young kid. He was
Right?
Well, I guess now he's like, well, no, Boris would be like in his 30s,
Jesus Christ.
right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
weird. I wonder what that foul-mouthed toddler is up to.
You're turning 40 this year. Oh my God. Wait.
Wait, we're the same age?
That's so weird to
I didn't
me.
know that.
How is that?
How are we the same age?
I don't understand what's happening anymore.
Hurts my head.
I think he's aging faster than us.
Maybe it's the government job.
It's a government job that doesn't pay any money. That I don't know, that's just shocking to me. I remember 40. I remember 40 vaguely through the haze. I was realizing today, oh my God.
Actually, no, you were drunk for your 30s.
Yeah. And most of my 20s.
Well,
I
you've been drunk for a very long time.
I've been drunk for pretty much half my life. I've been sober over a year. Like, what the fuck is that about?
Nice.
Every day I'm like, I should stop and get a nice, I can get an expensive bottle of bourbon. Since it'd be like the only one I buy, I could buy a really nice expensive bottle of bourbon. And then I just...
you're not buying a bottle of Jim Beam every 2
for the
days.
day. It's not my weekend fucking handle of bourbon.
Yeah.
No, but then I don't, the idea of being like hungover.
Well, yeah.
Like I've done
Well,
that enough.
You know how you avoid getting hungover?
You don't
You
drink.
don't drink enough to be hungover.
Like, I don't know. What is that time? Like, what would that limit be?
Well, that's true. Cause like you wouldn't know, right?
I have no
Like,
idea. Like my existence was living in a hungover state for fucking 15 years or whatever.
Well, you were hungover until you started drinking again.
Right. And then I was fine. Which is why I was always like, I just want one drink. And then I feel awful. I felt awful all day. I'll just have one drink. And then I get that one drink and I'm like, you know what? We're having 4.
Yeah.
I feel fine
Well,
now.
I remember however many years we did that stupid podcast.
Fuck was happening, man.
Mondays hurt, man.
Mm-hmm. That was every day for me. I didn't drink extra on the show. That was every day.
Right.
How am I alive?
That was getting to be my everyday too, now that I think about it.
How are we alive? The amount, how have our livers not just said, fuck you, I'm out?
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Like, our cheap bourbon is Jim Beam. Like, that is our cheap
Yeah.
bourbon.
Yeah.
That's most people's fancy bourbon.
Which is scary to me.
So, like, how much money have we spent?
I mean, cheap, like, Jim Beam's not that expensive here. I mean, for bourbon.
Right.
Like, people would be like, buy whiskey. Fuck whiskey, dude. It's different. It's different and it's gross.
Speaking of drinks, I think I'm going to head. Are you going to go get
Nice.
drinks?
Have
Where
one
are
for
you going to
me.
get drinks? What are you doing? What are you having? What are you having? You meeting people? Are you going to be home by 9?
Who are you dating?
It's after 9.
Because I find that fascinating. I didn't even ask. But now you're leaving.
Wait, oh yeah.
So
Are you going to meet your person friend? You going to see your person friend?
he, she, they.
We don't judge here unless you're meeting a furry.
Furry. Yeah.
In which case we totally judge.
Yeah. Like baby play, that's fine. S&M, that's fine. You into shit, that's fine. Cock and ball
You want
torture,
to be
that's
buried in a
fine.
diaper in the landfill? That's fine.
Right. But furries, no, absolutely not. A woman I met in nice.
Oh, okay.
Well, you'll have to come back next week. Not next week. You'll have to come back the next time we
she's
stream.
she's in Louisville. We haven't met her.
She's
She doesn't have the internet.
She goes to another school. Oh, she's in Louisville tonight. Gotcha.
Oh.
Rye whiskey and scotch from the island is.
So-
I've never.
It's not a my girlfriend's in Canada situation.
No.
She's just in Louisville tonight.
I loved hearing your reaction to the email last week.
Yeah, Ely Scotch is really good.
I have never found a rye anything that I actually enjoyed. I don't know what it is about
Bullet
the
rye
rye.
is not bad.
It's fine. It's not. I would not.
Well, right. Like I also don't like rye, but I'll drink
Yeah.
the bullet rye.
She's in school. Tell me.
Dude,
She
Andrew,
in
you're
high
not
school.
helping, man.
What the fuck?
Dude, like
I just watched.
we just finished telling you all the things that were okay. We thought that one was a given.
I just watched Scott Pilgrim Saves the World, and there's that whole where he's dating Knives, who's in high school, and everybody's giving him shit. Oh,
Like, dude, like, I hope this isn't some kind of just gross grooming situation going on now. Like, come on, man.
are you gonna start a pop punk band? Dental school guys, come on. Okay.
Oh, yeah. It could be starting to pop up, man. They're
Yeah.
pretty much all problems.
They are. Oh God.
Okay. Dental school.
My sister-in-law, which is a weird thing to say, just finished dental hygiene school yesterday.
Oh.
Just graduated.
Oh.
Has had a job for a year, waiting for the.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what a lot of. We live right by a. The only thing I can call it is like an old folks complex. Like they have everything from just senior apartments all the way to full on need 24-hour assisted care. And they're doing a thing where like if you get your CNA and start working for them, they will pay for you to become an RN.
Oh, interesting.
And they will just pay for it.
I was like 7 months older than my first girlfriend, and when I turned 18 and she was still 17, they gave me so much shit about it for 7 months.
Yeah, that's fair.
Have
All right,
fun,
see you,
Andy.
Andy.
Thanks for hanging out, man. We missed you.
Maybe you should post this on Facebook when we do things.
I know.
Apparently people know about us that way.
Yeah, I need to
Maybe
do
set
that
up
more
a
often.
bot.
I know. I always in my brain, I'm like, I need to set up an if this then that, but then I realized that like that costs money now, and that's
Yeah,
dumb.
I've been using Zapier, but it's not as good.
Yeah.
Like
I need to
if
just
this then that was so good, and then they made it all pay and stuff.
I wonder if there's got to be a like.
I mean, it's all just APIs.
Yeah, it's a lot of APIs, dude. I can't imagine the stress they fucking deal with. Ugh. If this, then that. Alternatives. Simplebot, Workato, Zapier, Microsoft Flow, Power Automation.
Flow.
What is that? Start free, streamline repetitive tasks and paperless processes with Microsoft Power Automate so you can focus your attention where it's needed most. Might be worth checking out. Or, not. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well,
So what we need to do is
Bow down before the one you serve.
wow. That was why does mine sound all weird and yours is like cool?
Because mine's a line 6 guitar pedal, and if there's one thing line 6 does well, it's guitar pedals.
That's fair. That's true. Mine's just I want more high end, but not that ringy thing that's happening. That's
I don't know what's going on with that ringy thing.
Yeah, I don't either.
It's not right.
It doesn't. Ooh, there's a little more sibilance. Maybe I just need to talk with some more sibilance.
That is crispy.
Crispy. It also helps if I lower my actual voice.
It does help, actually.
Yeah.
I lower my actual voice, it doesn't do much. It just keeps it all the same. And now I sound like Eeyore.
Hold on, let's try
Possessed Eeyore.
here's a ring modulator. Ring modulator. Exterminate.
do I have a ring mod? I'm sure I have a ring.
Take me.
I have a
to
Dingotron. What is a Dingotron?
Whoa, we don't talk about the Dingotron. Ooh.
What in the world is this?
Here's I have a filter. It doesn't do the
Oh, yeah.
wibbly wobbly though.
Oh, that's weird. Ah.
And the vocoder, which sounds nothing like a vocoder. I don't. This is
This is my ring mod.
What is happening? don't understand. Oh, here we go. I could just do this.
And then the doubler. Doubler. Hi, I'm in a cave. Oh, I don't like it either. It's weird. Man, this is crazy how wide.
That's great.
Oh, I can make it really wide.
Ooh.
Oh, and you guys can hear this in stereo now, right?
Oh, are we in stereo?
Can you guys hear this in stereo, or is it?
Oh, wait, let me put myself in a similar room.
I could fart in a cave right now.
I haven't done this since I was like 7, but.
Can I do the armpit fart? I could never do an armpit fart.
Yeah, I never could either. You got a belt balloon in there? That'd be interesting.
We are fucking
All right.
13-year-olds. Like,
Well, on that note,
yeah, I think
the rails,
we're off them.
and we're off of them.
Yeah, we're definitely not on the rails anymore.
Check me out on the Pastor Rico's Parish.
Yes.
Post on Sundays and other special church days.
Check me out here. This is what I do now. I am also on TikTok. If you would like to check me out on TikTok, it's just Seder.
Yeah,
Everything
TikTok.
is just Seder, so that's easy. It's easy to find, except for Twitter, which doesn't matter because I don't really do Twitter anymore. So don't worry about that.
Yeah. What are you on? Are you 607 on Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh, somebody
I-
else had just Seder, huh?
Yeah. Some Asian guy that hasn't tweeted since like 2014.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Yeah. But thanks for hanging out. And there will be no stream next week. I will be
Correct.
not here. I will be in a different state.
I will be gooding Friday.
You'll be gooding all of the Friday. I will
And you will
be
be-
not.
You will not be in Nashville.
No, I will be in Rhymes with Nashville.
Yes.
Remember
I
Earth?
like it. Rhymes with Nashville.
Earth is art. The earth without art is just eh.
And also, I love you all. And Reaper, go work for Del Taco.
I love you too, a little bit. Oh, you know what we could do? Hold on. Oh my God, this is
what?
gonna be great.
Oh no.
It's gonna be great. Watch. We have to do the little. Yeah, that's
where's my
backwards,
hand?
bro. That is
That's
backwards.
backwards. That's the wrong one. Okay.
Okay, there we go.
It's so difficult.
It is very difficult.
No, wait, that's not right either, is it?
I mean, it's close. You're kind of like doing
Better.
it. It's like it's close.
It's my mic. Hold on.
Yeah, your mic's like right
Get out
there.
of
We
the
go.
way.
Oh, I need to move that. Oh, this is a perfect little heart. Oh. That was so dumb.
So dumb. Oh.
Okay. Thanks for hanging out, and we will
Yes,
be
it was
back
good
when we're
times.
back. I don't know when it's going to happen.
Maybe we'll just never come back. Who knows?
If you subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon, it lets you know when shit happens. So there's a way to find out.
Really? You just
I did just do
ring
that.
the bell.
I did that.
Smash that like
Smash
button.
that like button. Like it's 2014. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I think that's it. I'm gonna hit the button and power this thing down.
Yeah, just shut it down.
Love you guys.
Shut it down.
Okay.